Welcome back.
It's another beautiful Wednesday here in Whitewater.
Nice and cold.
We're back here on 91.7 The Edge, WSUW Whitewater, bringing you Beat the Clock, your weekly wrestling show for 2 hours straight.
2 whole hours. It's not as long as Raw.
Yeah, that's true, but it's as long as SmackDown.
It is. And we'll get to that later. SmackDown had a week.
So hopefully our quality is as good.
Hopefully, yeah. Starting off, so with Raw, I suppose.
Well, first,
Oh, yeah.
I gotta introduce us.
Oh, of course. No one will know who we are.
Almost forgot. I'm Edward Ramirez. I'm the host. I'm here with my co-host, Tommy.
Hello, everybody.
And our third member will be joining us shortly, like he usually does, around 7, Uriel. We'll introduce him when he gets here. But yes, as Tommy said, started right off with Raw. We always talk about WWE first, so here we go. So,
All right.
Raw started with the Dogs of War because they are continuing the feud with the Shield.
They were.
It's been going on for a couple weeks now. They had their big match at Super Showdown,
We did.
which the Shield won.
Part 1. They had that match twice since.
And they had it the next Monday, like the Monday after that weekend. They had it again.
Just did it again.
And the Dogs of War won.
The heck?
And during this promo, I thought it was interesting because Braun said, "We taught the Shield who the better team is." And I'm like, all right, Braun, you're 1-1 right now. So I don't really think that's a better team.
Nice. Yeah, and then, like, that team is really falling apart because during the promo, Dolph and Drew kind of figure, like, oh, we both have matches for the World Cup today. And if we get in there, it'll be a shame if we go against each other and I beat you. No, I'll beat you. No, I beat you. Or whatever my Drew McIntyre impression is.
He's like, I'm the best in the world. No, I'm the best in the world.
So,
I'm the tag team champion.
I'm going to be the only non-American one in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And I thought it was funny, like, I definitely thought that either both of them were going to make it in or neither of them were going to make it in.
Yeah.
Or if one of them had to make it in, I thought it was going to be Drew.
Yeah.
But,
we'll definitely get to that.
But the Shield, just Seth and Roman come out and interrupt the Dogs of War. And Dolph's trying to, antagonize them a bit while saying, "Oh, where's Dean?
Yeah,
where is he? He can't." It's not like he was listening to what we've been saying these past weeks. He knows we're right.
No,
right? It couldn't be that.
Not. And then he runs on, what was it, Lunatic Time?
Yes, it was Lunatic. Well, first I think they said Ambrose Time, and then they changed it to Lunatic Time in the next backstage segment.
And yeah, we'll get that. I have a comment on that in a second, but that was an interesting
little. It was just so strange. Like, to me, it was like when they were all talking. First it went Dolph, and then it went to Seth, and then I think it went back to Dolph, and then Roman started talking.
Yeah, I know what started doing immediately.
And you could just hear, like, I don't know, the level of enthusiasm just went way down after Roman started talking. He was just like,
"Hey guys,"
he's like, "Braun, when I face you and Brock Lesnar, I'm gonna win."
Crown Jewel, wherever it is.
And then Braun was like, "All right."
Okay, cool, I guess.
But then it went back to Seth giving an emotional speech about why Dean Ambrose still loves them. And, Dolph being his usual heel self. But since they were all out there, Seth said Baron Corbin has commissioned this match somehow.
Yeah, I guess he was ahead of he was pretty on the ball this time.
Yeah, he's like, Drew, since we're both out here, how about we have our match right now? And then immediately after he said that, it's like Baron Corbin has commissioned this match to start right now. And it's like, what? It's like, how did he do that?
You heard it here first. He commissioned it to start right now.
Oh, man. That was the first match of the night. They just transitioned right into the Seth and Drew match.
Yeah. And there's still nobody outside of the United States at this point in the week in the World Cup. The World Cup. Just call it the U.S. Open.
Exactly. Because Seth won by countout after.
Yeah, Dean, like Ziggler was messing around, and Dean that came in when Lunatic Time said it was time for him to show up.
And then Drew tried to help out Dolph, but then he just got hit by Seth on the outside, so that they were both down. But
and then
Seth managed to get in the ring.
I think he curb stomped McIntyre on the outside.
Yeah, he curb stomped him on the outside, and all 4 of them were on the outside. And then the ref was at like 8, and Seth got in.
McIntyre was still curb stomped from 10, yeah.
He lost.
Pretty good match. Rollins and McIntyre have some pretty good chemistry.
Yeah, I definitely thought so. I also thought that, Drew would be like, this is all your fault, Dolph. You know, he's like,
It's all on you, man.
you came out here, which made Ambrose come out here, which made me lose, or something like that. But
oh, man.
yes.
These turns, he becomes like a whiny heel.
He's like, screw you, Dolph.
Screw you, Dolph.
I hate
You
you.
messed up, made a turn run.
But
me and the roster.
After the whole thing, because I think Braun eventually came out, I think after the match, and Roman or something like that, and they went backstage, and all three of them, the Shield, were backstage, and they were all laughing, having a good time.
Hey, man, and then Dean gets all, he becomes like, he's like a prima donna.
Yeah,
he's like, hey, don't call me a lunatic, even though that's been my gimmick for the last like 5 years.
Because Seth said, he's like, yeah, I told you, man. He runs on lunatic time. He's like, did you call me? He's like, you call me? Well, I didn't call you anything.
You call me?
You call me a lunatic, huh?
Like,
and it's like, he's like, no, I didn't mean it like that. And it's like, yeah, it's not like Michael Cole called you the lunatic fringe for like 3 years straight.
Yeah, and that name does sound like he's being eaten by his own hair. Got lunatic fringe. Good thing he shaved it. That's why he's no longer the lunatic fringe. He shaved his hair.
He did shave his head. He's more built, but he should be the lunatic fridge now.
Yeah.
He's bigger.
The lunatic fridge. We'll take our $100 check now, WWE.
But Vince, further sowing the seeds of possible Dean
Carnage,
Dean leaving the Shield. Yeah. But I thought it was interesting. I saw like something on Reddit that someone said that between the 6 of them, the Dogs of War and the Shield, they've had 6-man tags, 2-on-2 tags, and like singles matches between all of them from like the past like month or so, or like the past 3 weeks, and that's been most of Raw recently. It's just the Dogs of War and the Shield. I
will say, like, they're kind of, the storyline has been getting a lot better, and it has been telling a consistent storyline across Raws. And I mean, the fact that it's dominated 3 hours every week, like, or most of a 3-hour show every week, it fills the time. So, and it doesn't fill the time unnecessarily. So it works for me.
I think it's a good feud too. So, like when they brought the Shield back, it's like, oh, what are they gonna do?
They're gonna hang out with Kurt Angle, everyone's favorite like American uncle.
I'm just glad the tag team champions have something to do. So
yeah.
And up next.
Oh yeah, there's a Brothers of Destruction promo or whatever. It was whatever, you know.
It was something weird. They were just in like a boiler room or something, like talking about how they're gonna beat DX.
In the next boiler room brawl.
And then we had Nia Jax and Ember Moon versus Dana Brooke and the returning Tamina.
Yeah, she returned and lost.
She was out with an injury for a while, and yes, you're right. She did come out. She did
have a good face off against Nia, but
she did a cool Samoan drop on Nia Jax.
She did. She
lifted her, and I was like, oh my god, she lifted Nia Jax.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, wait a minute, did you just say she had a shoulder injury? Should she really be picking up Nia Jax?
Yes, of course.
But
why not?
Yes. So something really weird happened after this match.
Yeah. So Ember pinned Dana, which is the best thing to do. Doesn't hurt Tamina too much, and Ember gets something she needs to do. And then they do battle royal things.
Yes, because it was announced that at Evolution there will be a women's.
Okay. I mean, don't they get like a #1 contender or something like that?
Yes, they get a title shot in the future for the women's championship, which apparently all of these SmackDown women are not happy about, because when they announced it on Twitter, all of them sent reaction gifs of them in a ring, like giving a disgusted face. And,
yeah, come on. Like, speaking of how like low on the card women's battle royals are, Naomi apparently still hasn't gotten hers from when she wanted to WrestleMania.
I was just about to mention that when they posted that the battle royal was happening, Naomi said, "Will I actually get my title shot this time? And you still haven't given me my trophy for the first one that I won at WrestleMania."
What the heck? Come on, WWE.
What's going on there?
If you're gonna push your women's division, push them properly. Be consistent.
And a lot of other people, like fans, are not happy about this either, because they're putting Asuka in there. They're putting
Asuka needs to be in like a singles match or a main event. It's like, she was so good in NXT, and she had an incredible gimmick going of her like big old winning streak, and now it's gone.
Yeah.
And they ruined it.
She's been doing nothing.
Yeah, a whole lot. She lost to Carmella.
Tag team matches.
God. Oh, poor Asuka, man. And hopefully they'll do the same to Kyrie or Io.
Yeah, I really hope not.
Especially Io Shirai, what she's doing in the NYC.
Yeah, like the Million Classic.
Kicking so much butt right now. We'll get to that later as well. Stay tuned for that.
But because of this, after the match, Ember was helping up Nia, and then both Ember and Tamina threw Nia out of the ring.
Randomly,
like,
they
over
randomly
the top
turned.
rope.
Does that mean Ember turned heel, or no? It was just promotion.
And then Ember tried to throw Tamina over the top rope, but Tamina countered and tried to throw her. But then Dana Brooke threw both of them over the top rope, and it's like, why are you doing this? This isn't a battle royal right now. You're just hurting yourselves for no reason. Why are you doing this?
Good lord.
But yeah, they're definitely trying to get that over.
Yeah, it's like, come on, do this when it matters. Like, don't put this exclamation point in there now. But yeah, that was a pretty forgettable match.
We went to the usual crappy women part of the show.
And into the best one part of the show.
Part of the show.
And who would have thought? It's Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey. She got attacked by the Bellas last week, which they've been talking about
heel
nonstop.
Turn of the century, obviously.
They made it seem like the biggest betrayal in all of wrestling.
I mean, yeah.
And they showed like this really highly edited video about it and everything. So Ronda comes out and she cuts a promo, which at first
it was kind of lackluster. It's made her kind of look kind of like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm just happy to be here. And then she turned into like almost UFC Ronda Rousey, where she's like, I will knock your teeth down your throat.
It's like, she was like, I just want an answer from you, the Bella twins. And the Bellas came out and they said that Ronda is not good enough. They're like, we pioneered the start of the women's revolution, even though that's not true. We did all this, we did that. He's like, you haven't done anything so far. He's like, you don't deserve that title. I deserve that title. So then Ronda,
come earn it.
Ronda got really mad, and she's like, I will rip your arms off and beat you with them.
It was great. And she's like, oh, you've been kicking down doors. I've been kicking down doors at Strikeforce, UFC, and now in WWE. The only door you kicked down, and this line got the biggest pop of the night. It's the only door you kicked down was the one that John Cena's bedroom.
Yeah, and she's like,
awesome.
And he kicked you out of that same door.
Oh, it was so good.
And then she said, you dilute and plagiarize your husband's movesets.
Oh,
and you feed off of their careers.
And they totally did.
And it's like, wow, it's a pretty.
I mean, you really feel Ronda.
It's a pretty self-aware promo. But Ronda was so intense when she was giving the promo.
It was great. It was like she evolved as a talker over the course of the 5 minutes.
Her mic skills escalated as the promo
great.
went
She
on.
just went into second gear.
Like, she really turned it on like halfway through the promo. It was great.
It was so well done.
And
Best promo of 2018 so far? Question mark?
Yeah. The last part, she said, are you guys going to come get this?
They're going to come get this bow up that you've earned, or am I going to have to come down there and give it to you? Now that this is the Ronda Rousey I wanted to see.
And then Nikki Bella, they look like they're going to walk down to the ring, but then Nikki Bella drops the microphone and just starts doing her twirl thing that she does in her entrance for no reason.
She's like, oh, yeah? Look, I really am the epitome of the diva that you just said was terrible. It's like,
let me shake my butt at you. And then a bunch of security guards come out, and Ronda beats them all up. And, yeah, that's about it.
Good Lord.
So,
that was that. It was great. Ronda's doing. So she did do the rowdy driver, whatever they're calling it. That's what I'm calling it.
One of the security guards,
the rowdy driver
on the outside. So.
She ended him, and his face was so funny. He just freaked. He was like, "Hey, Ronda, calm down." And she lifted him up,
screaming the whole time. He's like,
ah. It immediately became like an indie jobber, like right off the bat. It's so funny.
Yeah, they're really building up this match.
Okay, it's gonna be if it's like a 5-minute squash, it'll be. Yeah, that'll probably be what it deserves to be at this point.
At least I had a good build up to it.
Yeah. I think that'd be a good thing to do.
So then we go backstage, and you have Bobby Roode and Chad Gable talking to someone off screen at first. And then they're both like, "It's glorious," and he's like, "You look really great." And then it pans over to Kurt Angle in a Hawaiian shirt and a vacation hat. Oh and he's like, "Thanks, man. I've really been relaxed lately and all that." And then Baron Corbin comes up to them, and he's like, "All right, Kurt." He's like, "You're gonna have to wrestle a match tonight." And he's like,
"I'm still mad at you for beating me in that battle royal that I totally fixed for myself."
And he's like, "I don't have my gear." He's like, "You'll just have to figure something out." And
then, that was so funny.
That will
dang it
happen later in the night.
Oh, and he did book that match against AOP as a handicap match.
He said it was a handicap match, 2-on-1 versus AOP, and I'm just thinking, what the?
I mean, get him on the card, I guess. But other than that,
how is Kurt gonna get out of this one?
Yeah, it's and we will definitely speak about that because it was great.
Yes, we'll talk about that.
Raw's just doing really well right now. It's not like on the highest of wrestling shows, but it's still up there. I mean, I think it was better in SmackDown this week.
Yeah. which is weird
Ironically.
because SmackDown was celebrating its 1,000th episode.
Yeah, WWE doesn't know how to party. They don't know how to celebrate. But after that, we had the next Crown Jewel qualifying match.
We had Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler. The next, yes,
the other two Americans that are going to.
He's like, which American will get in this?
Yeah,
but it was pretty good.
It was really good. I mean, it was as good as you can expect from these guys.
Yeah, Ambrose brought out the old
hook and ladder, which is
CZW finisher.
Yeah, if you don't know, back when he was in the Switchblade Conspiracy with who was it? Sammy Callahan in CZW. He had a move called hook and ladder where he butterflies. I don't know what you call it. He basically pulls around behind him, like a glam slam, I think.
Picks him up, yeah.
It's a glam. It's like a sit out glam slam, and it's a really good move, and I want him to use it more. But it's once they give it a name, it'll be cool. And Dolph pinned Dean.
Yes, there was some more miscommunication about what happened. Seth got in the ring chasing Drew, I believe, and then he was something, or he was trying to help Ambrose up, and Ambrose just pushed him. And he's like, "What's wrong?" And he tried to give Seth the dirty teeth.
I think that was in the main event.
Oh, that was?
That was in the main event. They had so many matches with these guys during the night.
You can see
everyone except for Roman and Braun were working double duty.
You can see why I get confused.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Which further brings up the point I made earlier about how they wrestled each other. So
She did shove Roman. He did shove Roman around. Roman came out. He's like, "Whoa, calm down, guys."
But yeah, I guess it always turns out they're like Roman's the good one. So
he's the neutral one.
And Seth always get into the fights. But
yeah, because they're the guys that like had that feud where like you turned on me, and Roman kind of didn't really care.
Yeah, Roman's like, whatever, I'll just go off by myself.
Yeah, I mean he had that Survivor Series match, but whatever. Then he booked Shield versus Dogs of War again. For the third event in a row.
The third main event.
Oh my god, it's so good. Thrice in a lifetime.
This is gonna happen every weekend.
Dude, it's gonna become like the trademark.
Speaking of something that happens every week on Raw, we had Jinder Mahal and Finn Balor.
Oh, I can't wait for the MMC to end so we don't have to see this match.
But this was super fast.
Balor
won almost instantly.
It was like 30 seconds.
I'm pretty sure I looked away, and then when I looked back, Balor had won already.
Yeah, same. I was like, what the? I'll just go look at like my email real quick and then come back. I like check my email because I got like a notification for it. I check back and I'm like, wait, what happened?
Right.
Jinder's just gone. He wasn't even Demon Finn.
Yeah, it was like, what's going on? But then Bobby Lashley came out with Leo Rush and
flexed and stuff.
He started flexing. Leo's like, you see that, Finn? He's like, you wish you could look like Bobby Lashley over here. You wish you could be like my man, Bobby Lashley.
This kind of reminds me of Lex Luger and Bobby Heenan.
Yeah, Narcissus.
Yeah, he's the Narcissus now. Just the silent Narcissus. All-American, going around lifting fat people and throwing them down on ships.
And I guess that's where Bobby's going now. Maybe his feud's with Finn now. So
I mean, maybe. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I don't want him to squash Finn, even though because Finn needs a little bit of a push, and he kind of got a little bit of one this past Raw.
Yeah, he's just been doing stuff with Bayley recently, so it's like
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
but give him a legitimate push at some point, please. He needs some momentum.
He needs to. It's so weird where he's gone. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was that injury. Like that injury just made him go from champion to
jump.
Like mid-card tag matches with Bayley every week. Like,
yeah, whatever. I mean, I want to see him at least get a shot at the IC title.
Yeah, I remember he had that good triple threat with Seth and Miz at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was great.
It was.
And was it
also
match of the night? I think it was a match for that.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't remember where it was, but Braun's like jumped off, springboarded off the. No,
it was that ladder match.
Yeah, and he springboarded off the rope and climbed up
three of them. Joe. Is that it? Just them and Samoa Joe, or was Kevin Owens in there?
I think it might have been just them, Joe, and maybe Kevin Owens. But that was like they had that match where Seth like barely stole the IC title away from Balor. So just use that. Give Balor a shot at the IC title. Let him hold it for like a few months, and yeah, just give him a push. Give him a few mid-card feuds.
Because the way things are going right now, the IC title, the tag titles, and the Universal title are not being defended because they're all in a gang war right now.
Yeah, they are. It's like, wait a second.
It's like, give somebody else a chance to fight for that title or something.
And I mean, they're being defended at Crown Jewel, but they weren't defended at
Super Showdown because they had that 6-man tag.
Yeah,
so
what the heck?
3 titles were not defended on one show.
Oh, man. What if they made it just like the DDT Pro Heavy Metalweight Championship and all of them change hands depending on who gets pinned.
Oh god.
Oh man. Yeah. So that was our long-winded statement about Ambrose versus Dolph halfway through Raw.
Yes. But
I was actually Jinder versus Balor.
yes. So yeah, Balor won really fast, and then Lashley came out, and then Lashley had a match against a face we haven't seen in a while, Tyler Breeze.
Who? Wait. Oh yeah.
Other Dolph Ziggler.
He still exists.
Other Dolph Ziggler.
Other like sort of prep like what Pretty Boy and Dolph Ziggler.
You remember the Fashion Police?
I do. Of course, I remember Fashion Police.
With their great backstage segments.
Back 30 years ago when they were relevant.
And now everybody forgets who they are.
Yeah, they should have gotten.
Yeah.
Even just a title match. Well, they had a title match.
They had a title match against the Usos.
Yeah, that's fine. Just give
one
me
of
a
the
few more.
backlashes.
They don't need the titles. They just need to be consistently on the show, like Elias.
They were also Tyler Breeze was doing that whole thing about being a janitor or something. Like,
oh yeah,
that's disguise.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Look, where are the fashion files? Bring those back.
It would give them something to do, and they were all pretty entertaining.
Yeah, like I mean, it's put the E in WWE, please.
But as Vince did on SmackDown.
Yeah, but of course Lashley just manslaughtered.
Yeah,
it was not pretty.
Not a contest.
Breeze got a little bit of offense in, and he like fired up at the end there. Lashley's like, "Nope, you're a tiny man. I'll vertical suplex you through the mat and win."
I don't know if it was after this Raw or if it was before, but I remember seeing a tweet from Tyler Breeze saying, "Opportunity is going to come eventually, right?" And Cody Rhodes quote tweeted it and said, "No, you're going to have to go out and get it for yourself." So someone who was in his shoes.
Cody's like, "Go to the Indies, please.
Get out of there, Tyler. Why you still can't?
Get out of there. The roster's overflooded."
All right.
Yeah. Then we had
that was 2 squash matches in a row. Pretty interesting. But then moving on to some more Evolution setup, we had Trish and Lita.
Yay, Lita, the best one.
Tommy's favorite.
Yeah, actually.
So they were cutting a promo, and as usual, Lita doing a way better job of doing the promo than Trish.
She just seems more natural and way less scripted, and it's just a lot less corny.
Yeah, it's when
when Trish
talks, it's pretty corny, and like she sounds like she doesn't know what she's gonna say next, or like if she does say something next, it sounds like it was like super.
It's like, here's the notes you have to hit to promote Revolution. Say nothing else. Okay, cool. Thanks, Vince. Oh my god.
And then Alexa Bliss and Mickie James interrupt them.
Of course.
And Alexa Bliss starts making fun of Trish and saying, some stuff. What are you pointing at?
Oh, you're pointing at the what? The WrestleMania sign with Ronda Rousey? She didn't say that. If she had said that, that'd be hilarious.
But she's like, "What are you always pointing at, Trish? What is it?"
And then they basically imitated the Iconics little imitation game.
It was a pretty, I'm going to be honest.
It was a decent segment. They said the word practice about 40 times.
Yeah, it was something that I had to have a little strength to sit through at times. But
yeah, but I mean, it's always good to see Lita.
But it's always nice to see Lita. But
when she's actually invited.
They're just setting up some more Evolution stuff. Then up next we have the match that Baron Corbin also sanctioned earlier.
He did. He's a busy beaver tonight on this past Raw.
He's been doing a pretty good job of sanctioning matches as GM.
Yeah, I mean, he actually did his job this week, so
he didn't get involved that much.
Yeah.
But it was the 2-on-1 handicap match between Authors of Pain and
Kurt Dust.
Because
was it La Luchador?
Came out in El Conquistador's
outfit.
El
Conquistador, yeah.
And he just gets destroyed in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, yeah. But then Drake Maverick's like, wait a minute. He looks at him and he's like,
wait.
Take the mask off. Take the mask off. So they take the mask off, and it's just some random guy.
Which is weird, because it wasn't a mask versus mask match.
Yeah. Mask versus combat vest.
Mask versus vest. Drake Maverick has to put his suit back on and go back to 205 Live where he belongs.
Stop saying nothing around the Authors of Pain, who also say nothing.
Yeah, so he's not even a mouthpiece.
But Baron Corbin was on the entrance ramp, and he's like, "What? Who is that? What's going on?" But then out of nowhere, behind him, Kurt Angle gives him an angle slam on the stage.
Still in the vacation gear.
Yes, he still has the Hawaiian shirt on and the hat.
He just comes out and slams him, which looked like a terrible bump to take.
Yeah,
but
especially with Kurt.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like, whatever. It's Corbin's like, Corbin, you can take it. You're younger.
Yeah.
Kurt's like pushing 45 or something, pushing 50.
So earlier I was like, well, how's he going to get out of this one? And for some reason, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But, I'm pretty sure Kurt was happy not to put that thing on, because when someone asked him about what it felt like to be in that costume, he said he felt like he was in a big condom.
Yeah, it
And
looks like it.
he's
That's
like,
what a
it was
morph suit
super
is.
hot and sweaty, but it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, good thing he didn't really do anything in the suit.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny to see La Conquistador, or the Conquistador suit, see him going on do his little dance.
Yeah, after he gave Baron the angle slam, he did the little dance
He did
again.
dance. I missed that.
Even when he wasn't in the suit, he just did it for no
It's my new thing.
reason.
It's true.
When Kraven comes out, he's like, "You suck," and he's dancing.
You suck. Oh wow. Oh my god, that would be great. Please do that. Make him full time again, just so we can do that every night. Ruin Raw just for my entertainment. Yeah, and the Riot Squad did some things. They
spray condiments on Natalia.
Yeah, not even Natalia. They just sprayed it on her door. She may or may not. It wasn't even her like room. It was just a room that she had to dress in. The
Yeah, they
arena.
don't keep those locker rooms. It's like, so you did that to support Arena's door.
Now you're just a jerk to the janitor. Like
the janitor's gonna have to come clean that up.
It's a waste of condiments. Like the mustard, I'm fine with, but don't waste the ketchup. Not the ketchup heals of the year. But yeah, and then they're like, yeah, we're so rebellious. We're
causing a riot with these condiments right now.
God, just do something more devious. They could be so good, and they're just terrible right now.
They're spraying condiments.
Good lord. And then Natalia came out. It's like, I have people backing me up for the match because Natalia had a match with Ruby Riott, and Natalia's like, I have Sasha and Bailey. It was good to see them do something that wasn't Finn Balor related.
Sasha's back.
Yeah, Sasha's back.
Sasha in her Wonder Woman outfit.
Yeah, that's probably one of the better outfits. Just like I don't know, it probably fits with the evolution of Bailey.
She's been gone a while.
Yeah, what was she doing? Back when she was tagging with Bailey?
Yeah, when she was still doing that whole thing with Bailey.
Weird.
She got injured, I think.
Oh, did she? That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice to see her back. I don't know what they're gonna do with her because women aren't really doing much on Raw. So
yeah,
besides Ronda.
Yeah, Ronda's great, and she's carrying the division right now, which is weird because they have so many other talented people. She's essentially the Becky Lynch of Raw.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Set out and Sarah Logan
just ruined it. She just came in and just attacked Natalia right in the face when she had Ruby in the sharpshooter.
And classic brawl.
Yeah, Ruby sold it pretty well, but then Sarah's just like, I'm gonna end you.
Know what? I'm gonna make you
with my southern hospitality. Yeehaw, boy.
Uriel says he hates
her accent.
He's always like, I hate Sarah Logan.
It's disgusting.
I hate the way she talks.
I hate her. I hate them all. Calm down, sir. It's okay. It's just a TV show.
All right, and then after that we had Elias,
which is weird how close to the main event he was.
Yeah, doing his usual, like, hello, I'm
Elias. On everybody. He's like,
your sports team, whatever it is, sucks.
Yeah,
I hate this town. You're all ugly.
Gimmick. Boo me! I'm the best heel on Raw.
You're all ugly. I hate this gimmick. Please boo.
Does he hate the gimmick?
Oh, no, I hate this town.
I was going to say that. I hate this gimmick.
I hate this gimmick.
I'm a nice guy. They make me really mean to everybody. I love all these sounds. I'm the opposite of SCU.
That'd be so funny if, like, one day he just does that.
He just, like, breaks down. He's like, I'm sorry,
he's like, I hate this gimmick. He's like, I hate it.
And he starts ripping on Vince.
He's like, Vince, I hate you, too.
Oh,
a nice guy. But Apollo Crews, of all people, Apollo Crews comes out and interrupts them.
He's like, I figured it was my turn to interrupt you because everyone else seems to be doing it. That's actually his reasoning for interrupting Elias.
Yeah, Apollo Crews seems to be doing something now.
Yeah, I mean, give him a push.
It's worldwide.
Worldwide.
Now, he's out here attacking Elias. So
yeah, he did that. He did kind of the Lashley spot when he came back, where you lift Elias in some formation above your head for a good.
You keep him there for a couple
hours,
yeah,
and then pressed Elias for a good 20, 30 seconds, and just dropped him, which was impressive and showed off what he can do. Hopefully, he gets a push. Hopefully, this feud is good. But yeah, that was Apollo Crews.
Elias always getting lifted up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now the main event, which is the stuff that I got confused about and was talking about earlier, but it was surprise, the Shield versus the Dogs of War.
Wow, I wonder how this match was. It's not like I've seen it before.
So in this match, there was a lot of inter-team
conflict. Like people were tagging themselves in, and
people accidentally bumping into each other, arguing with each other. The whole classic miscommunication.
Dolph was actually pretty solid because he shoved Seth into Dean twice.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about earlier. like they got shoved into each other, and then Seth pushed Dean, which made Dean get angry, turn around and try to give Seth the dirty deeds.
He gives himself the dirty deeds.
And then Seth got out of it, but then Dolph was about to super kick Dean, and he ducked and hit Seth instead. And then
I do remember that.
it was just this whole thing, and then ended up getting hit by a super kick, and
No, wasn't it? He kicked out.
And then he kicked out, yes, and then just more chaos.
So much chaos. And they did a shield bomb on Dolph. It was good to see a shield bomb. It's sort of show that it's
been a while.
The team is united, even though we just tried to kill each other.
We can still do a triple power bomb.
Yeah, and then like after the match, Seth was like rubbing Dean's head, like "attaboy," and it's totally like, wait, what's happening?
And then after the match, Braun, angry as he usually is, he power slammed Dolph, but then Drew hit a giant Claymore.
Big old Claymore kick.
Braun.
Right on Braun. And is this a face turn for Braun or a face turn for Ziggler or
a face turn for Drew?
Or everyone just saying the same and being mean to each other and we get this triple threat because I don't want this team to be a team anymore? Okay. If Strowman turns face off this, good. He's better as a face. If they get because Dolph and Drew are on the same page sort of still. If they have a handicap match against Strowman, and then Strowman probably would pin Dolph, Drew turns on Dolph to become a heel and rise to the top of the company. Dolph kind of becomes face and turns like the Big Show.
Yeah.
And does a bunch of stuff, maybe in the mid card, maybe goes to somewhere else for a while and then comes back. I mean, they won't let him leave, but I mean, that would probably be how I book it, just so everyone can like cleanly go back to where they should be on the card and maybe get Drew push.
I agree. Apparently, according to Dave Meltzer, they're looking at Drew for like someone to build the company around now.
So, kind of like they did when he was first there before they like, you know what, you're going to be in 3MB.
The whole chosen one thing, but
better.
People have made this comparison, and according to Dave, it's pretty true that they're doing this whole Drew and Dolph thing as a Shawn Michaels and Diesel thing.
Yeah.
Or they tried to build it around Diesel, but it didn't work. But
because Diesel's terrible.
But Drew's better. So they're hoping this time it does work.
Yeah, he's like almost as tall as Braun Strowman.
Yeah, he was in the. Yeah, that's true. He's pretty big, and he was like the whole main event thing for Impact for a while.
Yeah, because he was Drew Galloway. So.
And then he had the NXT title and everything. So
and then he got injured.
He can definitely work with like being in the big picture now.
Oh yeah, especially after that tag match at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
he's great. So that concludes Raw. SmackDown.
We talked about Raw for quite a while.
We did. Sorry about that. It was about 25 or so minutes.
But we'll try to get through everything else a little faster. So,
all right, SmackDown 1000. Go. Truth TV.
Truth TV. Dance breaks. Stephanie, Shane, and Vince all came out.
And danced with each other. They were mad, and they're like,
dance break. And that was about it, really.
Vince called for the dance break.
Yeah, Vince was like, the E in WWE stands for entertainment. And what better way to entertain than a dance break? And
that is a shockingly clear way of seeing how Vince books everything. You know what would be funny? This.
I never would have expected that.
Yeah, it was great. And then he just turned face immediately.
Yeah.
And then
that was all he did.
Shane danced with Carmella in like a weirdly formal way, and then Stephanie was just kind of doing her own thing, and it was weird. R-Truth did more than 2 moves it normally does. But yeah, that was Truth TV. Moving on.
We had AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan versus the Usos.
Yeah, this was not very good for building that match at Crown Jewel.
Yeah, because literally the only thing that happened is AJ was holding one of the Usos. Bryan was going to hit him. The Usos ducks. He hits AJ instead. Bryan gets pinned.
They pinned him clean. He didn't even like struggle or anything.
Yeah.
He just super kicked him.
And then after the match, they looked at each other with mad faces.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know. I'm saying it's a short show, and you had a lot of stuff to do. I don't think any of the matches on the card were longer than Batista's speech.
Yeah, honestly, like I wouldn't have been surprised if they were like, since it's SmackDown 1000, we're going to make it 3 hours for one night.
I mean, well, they do the mixed match challenge, but come on, like, give Bryan some time. Build him up a little bit, and then because he needs to look stronger going into this match. At least he used to get a little bit of momentum back, but give from some of the later matches I'll talk about later. They needed a little more time to make it decent, especially the main event.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
God.
that match. Surprisingly, little to talk about. What should have been a great match.
But then, surprisingly, the third thing on the show, the
not the one, not the pay-per-view,
not the pay-per-view,
like,
the
dudes.
stable that came way before the pay-per-view name.
Yeah, exactly. The OG Evolution.
Batista, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, and Triple H. All of them dressed pretty nicely, except for Triple H, who wore his t-shirts and jeans and a leather jacket.
He did. He's like, I'm a biker, and
but they talked for a long time. They were all putting each other over.
They were,
except for Randy. He was like,
"Did you see the clip where he almost pretended like he was going to do an RKO?
It looked like he was going to RKO.
He went like an inch into position,
and then he immediately stopped after.
It was awesome. When everyone was hugging, and then Batista had a line. Like Batista did most of the talking.
Yeah.
But he had a line where he took around town and
he's like, keep that thing in your pants.
Keep it in your pants. And Triple H was like
Triple H and Randy just lost it.
So funny. It was like this actually looks like veterans having fun in the ring.
Yeah, like they've been friends for a long time. So.
It's like, whether you call me Batista, or Batista, or Batista.
I still loved all you guys. And then, he's putting everyone over. Then he gets to Triple H. He's like, this man's done everything in this business except beat me.
Yeah, and then it got really intense.
And then it got really serious. And then they're like, we're just kidding. And then they hugged, but then immediately got serious afterwards. Like, both of them kind of stared at each other.
And then they got RKO'd by Randy Orton. That didn't happen. But it would have been hilarious.
So everyone's saying that this is the start of the build-up to Triple H versus Batista at WrestleMania.
I'd be okay with that as long as it's not the main event.
Yeah.
Second in the main event?
I don't think it'd be okay. Probably later in the card, or the third main event.
Second main event.
Yeah. So
with Roman.
There was that, definitely the longest part of the show.
Yeah.
Then we had Rusev versus Miz for the Crown Jewel World Cup qualifier.
Yeah, and we were watching this live. And as soon as the match starts, we're like, hey, I wonder if Aiden English is going to interfere. It's like, yeah, he probably is. When do you think it's going to happen? As soon as we said that, 30 seconds into the match, he comes out of nowhere and immediately just ruins the match.
Interferes, and then Miz wins.
Miz is in the World Cup.
And then after the match, Lana kicks Aiden in his
Crown Jewels.
His Crown Jewels, yes. Good one, yes. And then Rusev starts beating him up. So all that. Yeah. So another American known as Miz
is now in the World Cup. So good for him.
Just call it the U.S. Open.
Hey, his wife isn't American, so it counts.
It counts. And then after that, we had the return of the Cutting Edge.
The Cutting Edge. What a great segment
with Becky Lynch, and it was supposed to be Charlotte Flair, but it was mainly just Becky Lynch before the show kind of derailed because Edge was like, I know how this feels, Becky. He's like, you had to claw and scratch your way to get here. He's like, but when you destroy friendships, what's going to happen is that in years down the line, you're going to be looking at all those titles alone. And then he's like, you're going to hate yourself. She's like, you're right. I don't like myself. I love myself.
I love myself. It's great.
And then she's like, now stop talking to the champ and get out of my hurt your neck going through the room. And everyone was like, oh my God.
Wow, she's just straight savage. Straight fire.
And then Charlotte comes out and she's like, it's not going to work, Edge. All she cares about is that title. And then Becky's like, yep, you're right.
Yes, that's true.
And
nice burn, Charlotte.
She gets in the ring and she's like, I'm going to show you what's what, basically. And she's like, and then she cuts herself off because she throws the mic and they start fighting each other.
It was it worked better. It made it seem like a more realistic surprise attack and was less telegraphed. But it was just like, oh, okay, cool, they're fighting now.
And then Finley, who loves to stop fights and all those security.
Yeah, exactly.
Just get them away from each other, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was Cutting Edge. Good to see Edge.
Then, randomly, we had the Bar versus the New Day for the tag team titles.
Why they're recycling so many matches?
And it's like, what's going on here? And, the Bar destroys the pancake table that Jerry Lawler and Booker T were commentating at.
Yeah, first of all, there is a pancake. They did have those two. This was better than Raw 25 because they didn't just completely just pat themselves on the back for a month in advance.
Yeah,
it was like
they didn't advertise it that much.
We'll just sprinkle some cool things in there every now and then, and it'll be like, hey, it's a nice moment.
Couple backstage segments. All of the GMs of SmackDown.
That was such a bad segment. It's so scripted.
Edge and Kurt Hawkins refusing to pick up the phone when Zack Ryder calls.
Oh yeah, the HS, yeah.
And then during this match,
Well, I think. Oh yeah, it was mid match.
Big Show comes out. He returns. Big
Rip.
Show's here.
Okay, cool. Big Show's here now.
And it looks like he's here to help the New Day, but then he chokeslams Kofi through the pancake table, and Big E gets super mad, but then turns around and Cesaro, I think it was, hits him.
Somebody.
And the Bar wins the tag team title.
Jeez, that's so weird. And then, I mean, I can't complain about that because it's the Bar, but I will say that was the biggest reaction that the show got out of Ed during the whole night was when Big Show's music hit.
I just wasn't expecting it because, like,
his face was like,
when I heard it, I was like, "What?"
Oh, so
I just turned to Tommy and I was like, "What?
Whoa, it's him again!
It's the Big Show."
And he even turned heel. So it's like classic SmackDown. Did you know they actually remember the giant fist they had on the set?
Yeah.
They actually modeled that after the KO punch.
Really?
No, of course not.
I was about to say, I was like, what?
Of course
I
not.
don't remember that.
But that would have been hilarious. And it'd be like, that would give them a reason to bring him on the show, I guess. But now they have basically the Dogs of War.
Now, as I said, it is Big Show, Little Big Show, and Cesaro and Irish Big Show.
It was Big Show, Little Show, and Irish Show. Oh my god, it was fun. It was a fun week, man.
But yeah, that was definitely out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But then the whole thing that they've been advertising for SmackDown 1000, it was the return of Rey Mysterio versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a World Cup qualifying match.
And it got a little bit of a case of the all-ins because it got cut short, and it went for about 5 minutes.
For like 5 minutes, not including commercials. Which was weird because throughout the whole show, when there were commercials, they would still show the match in the corner, but for this match, they didn't do it.
Yeah, like it's the main event,
the best
guys.
match of the night, and we're not going to show you.
Yeah, it's Rey Mysterio. Get out of here. And Shinsuke Nakamura loses.
Yes.
So what the heck's happening to the U.S. title? What is happening to Shinsuke Nakamura? Get him out of that scene. Get him a push. Oh my god.
The whole time, Tommy's like, yeah, Shinsuke's going to win. He has to win. You know, he's going to win. And then he loses, and Tommy's like, what? He's like, what just happened?
Oh my god, Rey Mysterio would be so great on 205 Live. Like, he's kind of old now, but 205 is like where he would shine. It's like built for people like him.
That's definitely where I thought he was going to go when he came back.
And now he's just beating Shinsuke Nakamura for no reason.
He would definitely fit in there. He's the right,
Dude, Rey needs a U.S. title shot.
He was a pioneer of, like, small guys wrestling.
Yeah, now give him a title shot against Shinsuke Nakamura at the next pay-per-view.
Have a good match.
Have a great, 10, 15, 20-minute match against Shinsuke Nakamura. Make it like a 4-star match or better. Shinsuke retains. Give him some momentum back. Rey goes to 205. Deal with the backlash later. Give him matches against Buddy Murphy, Cedric, and Mustafa Ali. Because fantasy booking 101. Do things that you want to see.
There's so many people that he could wrestle now in the company that he would just have really great matches with. So
yeah, absolutely.
I definitely hope they utilize him that way.
I want him to go against Styles if they do send him to 205.
Yes.
Like before he goes down, I want him to fight you. I want him to go against Styles.
Give him a match against Dana Bryan and
I was going to say Dana Brooke.
Yes, Dana Brooke, Nia Jax, all of them.
Yes.
And then, have him against Almas, have him against AJ.
All the flippy guys.
All that good stuff.
Oh, that'd be great. But yeah, that was, and then Taker talked for like 30 seconds. He said like 4 things.
Literally, and I quote, all he said was, I have 3 words for DX, rest in peace, and the show was over. After about a 10-minute entrance.
Bye.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Undertaker.
You could have walked faster, and we could have gotten a better match in the main event.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, that was the main card. Now on to the developmental brand, the best brand, NXT. Great show this week.
So let's try to. I guess we gotta speed through these 3.
That's okay. And we don't speak too much, but NXT.
We got about like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're fine. Champion. Well, that's fine until we're halfway through the show when Yuri comes in.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. We're not gonna stiffy on half the show. But.
And then we're leaving right now.
So, yeah, bye. See you later.
All right, so NXT.
Champ started out.
Yep, he was cutting a promo about what Velveteen said, and then Velveteen Dream has come out and interrupted him.
And it was great. They had a really good chemistry, really great back.
They're having a good back and forth.
Awesome. Ciampa had a great burn in there,
definitely setting up a feud between me. He's like, I just don't think that you're tough enough.
Oh, it was great.
It was like,
so savage. Because those you don't remember, the one thing, because back in the Ricochet promo where he had that package where it was him and Ricochet at whatever takeover it was it Chicago 2 or Brooklyn or whatever? I think it was Chicago 2. and he basically said like the one thing that he hasn't done, that one thing that he failed at in WWE was tough enough to show that he lost. Like the Dream has no memory of that. Champ was like, I have memory of that, which was amazing.
We all remember.
Yeah, we can see you. We can all see you lying.
And then probably the most confusing thing of the week.
Nikki Cross, NXT's twisted sister.
She comes out and she says that she knows what both of them have done.
She's like,
I know what you did.
She starts playing with the tassels on Velveteen Dream's jacket, and like, he knocked the microphone out of Ciampa's hand and kicked it away.
He tries to go pick it back up, and she kicks it away.
Oh, it was so. And then he's like, "I'm this close to beating you in the face," and he's so great. Oh man!
And then everyone's like, "What does she know? What happened?"
This is the best use of Nick. This is like probably the best person to know.
Yeah.
Like, because it like mixes the two. People were chanting triple threat, by the way.
Triple threat, Lucha Underground.
Like a really loud triple threat chant, like between Velveteen Dream, Tommaso Ciampa, and Nikki Cross. That would be a great match, actually.
Lucha Underground.
Yeah, honestly, that'd be great. But yeah, that was a really, really good first segment. Probably one of the strongest segments of the show.
They know how to do starting the show off with promos.
Absolutely.
Better than Raw.
Especially with Ciampa. She's just the best. Absolutely. Wow.
All right. So then we had Keith Lee and Kona Reeves, which I think was set up
a couple weeks ago.
When he was backstage, and then Kona's like, "You're not good" or whatever. So
yeah,
they had a match, and what you'd expect, most of the match, Keith Lee was just throwing Kona around.
He was. He's crazy agile.
Yeah.
Like he's way too agile. He's like Vader or better levels of agile. He doesn't. If you don't know who he is, he doesn't show a lot of his like sort of charisma in his matches as he probably should. But if we all know who he is. We know what he's doing. So, I mean, he's doing great so far. He hasn't really lost anything. So, Keith Lee's got a good thing going.
Yeah, and he won, of course.
Yeah.
And then you had Shayna Baszler in a video package.
It's a pretty good video package. Being an MMA fighter.
Or some setup of her versus Kyrie. Yeah. The title at Evolution.
Yep. That was pretty good. And then
the main event.
The triple threat between Ricochet, Pete Dunne, and Adam Cole, baby. Bye-bye. Oh, man, it was great. It was a really good match. There's that spot that's kind of tried where one guy goes out and they're injured, and then two people fight, and then he comes in, they switch.
It's the classic triple threat booking.
Yeah, but they did it more. They did it pretty logically when it happened, and the last several minutes were absolutely intense and brilliant.
Like everyone was just hitting every move possible.
Yeah, and the finish. Like when Pete Dunne hit that bitter end on Adam Cole and I thought he was going to be a double champion, like, oh my god!
And then Ricochet comes out of nowhere
with this 450, like a really crooked 450. Like I say crooked, not like he botched it, but like he had to jump off the rope at an angle.
It was a crooked
and
angle that he had to hit it at, and he aimed perfectly and he hit Dunne.
He hit Dunne with it, and he pinned Dunne off that, which was amazing.
So yeah, Ricochet retains in an amazing match.
Awesome, great. Yeah, go check it out. They're doing wonderful things on NXT. But yeah, moving into 205 Live.
All right, so Leo Rush had come out and he issued an open challenge.
He did.
He's like, who's good enough to face me? And then Lince Dorado came out, and during the match, as Dorado was getting his momentum, Maria Kanellis was on the entrance ramp.
And she came out and pile drove Leo Rush through the table. No, it was
she came out and she was walking towards him. Lindsay got distracted, and then Mike Kanellis from behind and pushed him off the top rope.
Yeah, remember him? I don't.
Leo immediately runs away, and then Mike beats up Dorado in the ring.
I mean, if he, I don't really know much about how well he can wrestle because I haven't really seen. He didn't do anything on the main roster.
They don't really show him off, so.
Yeah, I mean,
like
give him if he's good in the flippy style or whatever of 205 Live, absolutely, I'm okay with this.
There was that one time where everyone forgot he was in the company until he was in one of the Andre the Giant.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you're here.
They're like, oh my god, he's still around.
He's not injured or anything.
But yeah, now he's actually going to have something to do.
Yeah,
so
like cool.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with him.
Yeah. Oh, and Buddy Murphy did cut a promo later that. Because Champ does what he wants, so he's still a heel, but he's
in like his phone or something.
He looked great. He looked great.
And then Mustafa Ali and Cedric were backstage, and Mustafa was like, Cedric, I don't really know if you're ready for another match tonight.
Even though you're a wrestler, you've been doing this for a while.
He's like, you're still recovering from it. Super sure that. And then Cedric was like, I guess we'll just have to go out there and show you that I am ready. And he had a match against Tony Nese. The whole time, Tony Nese was just messing with Cedric.
Mhm.
You know, he was like countering his stuff. He was playing some mind games with him.
He's like, you're a fluke champion, even though you were undefeated for a whole year.
Even though you only lost one match.
Yeah.
You suck.
You suck. You're the worst. Yeah. No, but one of these things is not like the other.
And Tony actually won the match clean.
Perfectly clean. Like he hits the running knees in the corner and then does
He does a 450 off the top rope and he pins Cedric.
And it was kind of slow setting up for us, so I was like, oh, he's going to move out of the way. But no, he hit it and he pinned him clean. So Cedric's getting knocked out of the title scene for a while, which is good because you get the title for a while, why not? But give Tony more of these long matches because he's super good. Like, especially stuff from the Cruiserweight Classic. Like, that was great stuff.
Just have him count his ass.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reasons are better than you. And that's his gimmick.
All right.
And that's 205.
205 Live. So now we got the last part of WWE, the Mania Classic. Tommy's favorite.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
That's the gimmick.
That's kayfabe now. But God, it's just so good. It's like this is the best women's wrestling has ever been. It's from my perspective. I'm aware Stardom has had some great stuff, and there's been a 5-star women's match somewhere in there somewhere. But from what I've seen, this is probably as good.
I'll admit, when the show first started, every week Tommy would be like, "It's so good, it's so good." I'll be like,
"Is it?"
I don't know. And then Tommy would show me matches. I'm like, "Wow, every one of these matches has been entertaining."
Yeah,
so
always great. What did you see here?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Is it?
It's him.
Is it really?
It's him.
It's real. See. Welcome to the show, Uriel. See, Carl.
All right.
I hate you.
Now it's time for you to share the microphone.
Yeah, we are on the main.
The best part of the show.
So,
we're
you should
running a
catch
little
the Man
late.
Classic, Uriel.
No,
Why not?
there's so much wrestling.
It's so good though. Okay, so Io
much
Shirai knocked out Zayuksi, which I was okay with because Zayuksi was kind of sloppy in the first round. Also, Io Shirai is probably one of the best wrestlers on the planet. That was a good match. She did her moonsault, of course. It was great. But next we had Deonna Purrazzo, who is the La Virtuosa, the Fujiwara armbar specialist.
I know that.
She defeated Xia Li with a crazy You remember Zack Sabre Jr. how he did that thing with his legs and CWC?
To Noam Dar.
I don't know who it was. He did
205.
Some dude who didn't win the CWC.
Yes. Yeah, that was one. Yeah, I remember that. And then he headbutted him.
Yeah. She beats Xia Li. She's working the arm with her Fujiwara, and then she does that with like a double armbar and wins the match like that. And Xia Li it was awesome. Dude, I gotta show you these because they're so great.
Okay, all right.
And Xia looked strong. She was like trying hard not to tap, and she eventually tapped out. But it was a great match. Like Xia Li is really growing on me. And Deonna Purrazzo, I saw her do it. She did that throwaway match on NXT a few weeks ago, but this in the Main Classic, she's great. And then we had Tegan Knox defeating Nicole Matthews. Nicole has border issues there at the time of recording, but she has border issues. And apparently Tegan, spoilers for myself, so maybe I have to take myself out of the room for this.
Oh yes, I know about this.
Tegan apparently gets brutally injured in this match, potentially career-ending. So next match, she's gonna get really hurt.
This is her second injury, actually. She got injured before.
Oh, yeah,
she
wasn't able to hit the Main Classic last year.
Yes, so it's not good luck for Tegan. Yeah,
but Tegan Knox did win the match. I believe she was the Shining Wizard.
Yeah.
And then finally we had Mia Yim defeating Caitlyn.
Okay.
Crazy upset, which I did not expect. Caitlyn looks great. She's totally in shape and she's great in the ring. It was an amazing match. Mia Yim is just like Xia Li, she's just growing. She's just absolutely just becoming one of my favorites.
I remember her in Impact in the Dollhouse faction. She was very good at the. She's very. She's a very good performer. Overall, she was probably the standout in that group because there was Marty Bell and Brooke. Brooke, if you guys remember her, she was Tiffany in WWE. So obviously, outshine them both.
Yeah, she's amazing. The match was really, really tense. It was they both kicked out of each other's finishers. She kicked out of the Caitlyn, and then tapped out to the knee bar, which was so good. And Mia was selling the hand from the last match throughout the whole thing, and Caitlyn sort of used that when she needed to, near the end of the match, and it was great. Just go watch Man Classic. It's great. I'm not marking out because it's actually decent.
All right.
So that's WWE, and that concludes the first hour of our show.
Yep. All right.
All right.
So now it is time for the best segment of the night. Reddit 7, where the three of us browse the seas of Reddit in order to find things that we think are funny to share with all of you.
Yes. Divisive seas.
Those 7 seas.
Uriel and I each have 3 things that we find, and Tommy has 1.
I do.
So he is
50-50 book.
Yeah, he is a part of this.
He is part of this. So who's going first?
All right. It looks like mine are first.
Okay.
Okay. Either of you didn't read this.
Okay. I didn't.
But if
I
you
might
did,
have. I also have probably forgotten about it.
if you did, that's
I'll
fine.
bleach my mind.
But I hope you didn't because I want to hear your reactions to it.
Okay.
So this is a video of Jim Cornette cutting a promo in 1997 about Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper having a match.
Oh, I did.
But someone said, the caption said, Jim Cornette describing Triple H versus Undertaker at Super Showdown. And this is what he said, and I quote, "Here you got a 46-year-old bald movie star wannabe who looks like Uncle Creepy with a good build, taking on a guy with an artificial hip that hasn't wrestled a full schedule in 10 years.
Oh my, that's...
And I
deja vu,
and
man.
I'm like, that is scary accurate.
That is
did
really...
Jim Cornette see the future? Or
in 1997?
He accidentally saw the wrong match.
Wow.
He skipped ahead of it.
Because when I saw this, I was like, whoa. I got so surprised. I was like, what the heck is going on?
Jim Cornette, when he goes on a rant, he goes on a rant.
He goes off the rails.
It was so crazy how genuine this promo sounded too. Like when I watched it, because it sounded like he was actually angry at both of them.
I bet you this is what he said when he heard about Undertaker.
he looks back and he recycles it.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, it worked.
Well, let's throw this on the list of things I don't like.
That was probably one of my favorite Reddit 7 things that I've said.
Yeah.
All right, the second one. This happened at Bound for Glory.
I saw a clip of this.
We'll talk about later. It's been going around. It's pretty infamous about Austin Aries immediately no-selling the Starship Pain after the show ended, leaving and flipping off Don Callis.
For you, Don Callis.
Someone said at least Austin Aries let the guy pin him before he no-sold. 90% of wrestlers today no-sell the finishes and still kick out.
Leo Rush.
Yeah. Well, Hulk Hogan always did too.
Well, it was
Ultimate Warrior match.
Yeah.
You were Ultimate Warrior as well on Triple H.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Macho Man giving Ultimate Warrior 5 elbow drops and he still kicked out.
Yeah.
Immediately no-sold.
That is ridiculous.
So, yeah. And
no, I've seen this one.
The last
Leo
one.
Rush going through the table off the ladder.
It's a picture.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah.
Powerbomb through a table off a ladder. Nope, I get right back up and win.
It's a picture from Montez Ford's Instagram saying that I always used to annoy you to buy me, Mom. Well, I'm actually in the games now. And Leo Rush said, what's your rating, though? 51?
Oh, yeah.
Savage. They're not in the same division, and he's still been throwing heat at him.
So, all right. Those are my 3 Reddits.
All right, here's mine. One on kayfabe news. Found a groundbreaking story that Wrestling Fashion Evolution never existed, says creationist group.
Oh, yeah, creation and evolution.
Yeah, remember, evolution's a mystery.
I saw another one that said, Charles Darwin refutes claim that evolution is a mystery.
That's a good one.
Yes. Okay, so this one. This one.
I heard about this. I told Tommy about this.
I was like, Shane, what are you saying?
It's so bad.
Anyway, Shane.
He's like, I'm rich. I see whatever.
So Shane on the rumors that Vince wanted to run an incest angle with he and Stephanie in the early 2000s. Well, this is what Shane had to say about that. He was like, well, my sister's hot, so I don't know if I would have really minded that.
Wait, my sister was like,
why would he say?
I mean, it was the Attitude Era.
Shane, you're the cool McMahon. Why did you make us? Now I just can't see it.
Hashtag Winston. No, I take that back.
Hashtag, I don't know anymore.
Hashtag, I don't know. How do you, can you check that out?
Hashtag McMahon's gone wild. Okay, that's what
hashtag McMahon's gone wild. Wow.
Dude. Okay, and then this last
top selling pay-per-view.
This last one. And this was at Bound for Glory. And he's wearing this amazing garb. And someone asked, like, I read it.
The live stream. Our live stream is up again, by the way.
Awesome.
Tune in on YouTube.
So someone said, so what's Moose's gimmick, by the way? And someone said, Akeem, the African Dream. Yeah. Oh except he's actually
Yeah,
he is like this time. So it's less offensive.
Yeah.
It's not quite.
I just love this picture of Moose. How he looks like It was the
so,
Akeem
he's
thing.
so serious.
See those glasses?
Yes, I know.
Is this Photoshop or not?
No, this is real. This is what he
That
actually
happened?
wore. Yeah,
I still haven't seen Back Blur.
Yes.
So
No, this one's actually up on YouTube.
oh,
Because
okay.
it's like the pre-show kind of.
I still don't watch it back.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's a good.
And I did look at it recently, and it was one of the worst promotions for the past like 8 or 10 years.
Yes, it has been, but people are saying it's turning.
It's second from the worst now.
No, I'd say it's getting way better. I had to watch it over a ball any day of the week. So
Yeah.
a ball is nothing. But anyways, Tommy, tell us yours. Tell us.
Mine. Well, I have to.
Oh
look this
yeah,
up real
you think
quick
of the tweet. Okay, that's
because
right.
I was rushed for time. However, this was on Reddit, on Squared Circle, the classic Reddit.
Yes.
By user Enterprise 90 said yesterday was the 7-year anniversary of the Hulk Hogan's greatest tweet ever. Have you guys seen this? You're listening to know what I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so good night, Hulk. I'm gonna do my okay. I gotta get in Hulk Hogan mode, brother. Okay. Good night, Hulkamaniacs and jabroni marks without a life that don't know how to work when you work yourself into a shoot marks.
That's what. Hey, that's very relevant.
No punctuation at all. Oh man, can you show us the last year?
Yes, I remember this tweet. It was pretty
This tweet
famous.
is very
Let that focus real quick.
it's very relevant right now.
I don't know if it's gonna focus, but oh man, there we go. It's backwards, but it tweets so
whatever.
funny.
It's very relevant right now to the Aries situation and the New Japan situation, which we'll get to. But
Yeah, that's my one for the week.
that was a good one.
So I'm trying to get over
When
it.
you work yourself into a shoot.
You work, and you work so. He just doesn't work so many times. It's so funny to say out loud.
Well, I guess Okoye just worked himself to the shoot.
Yes.
There.
Yeah.
Right then and there, brother. Anyways,
The greatest heel ever
yeah.
in real life.
yeah, no, that's true. He won't put over anyone.
Yeah, now
All right, guys. So something that I have to say was Tommy's idea to give him the royalties. But we are having a new segment.
all 0 cents.
What would you do? So in this
Wait a
particular
minute, this
one,
is my segment.
No, it's our segment.
No, what? I know, but like I came up with this idea.
oh,
I came up with this idea.
all right.
I'm the one.
road dog.
All right.
So the question here.
Well, hey, let's get into the concept. Okay, so what we want to do now on a weekly basis is talking segment. I did hear Tommy wanted to do this.
Yes, because I mean, we talk a lot about the shows, and
Yeah.
a lot of it's WWE.
Yeah.
So we want to cut that down a little bit and give you something a little more interesting every week.
Well, I remember when we did our show previously. Every week, Uriel and I would talk about something that was going on in the company,
Yes, we
or
would.
something that was going on in the wrestling world.
World,
That
and-
didn't have to do with the shows particularly.
Yeah.
We would just talk about our opinions on certain things, like is Brock Lesnar a good champion?
No.
And other stuff like
Yeah,
that.
or Roman Reigns booking
So
was another one.
I'm glad we're bringing this back because I do like to have these discussions.
So this one is what I want to do for the first one is questions. Simple questions. Like right now we see the main roster. There's a lot of displeasure with the main roster. Some people,
it is overstuffed.
yeah, it's very overstuffed and some people are very underutilized. So I asked these two fellow beautiful gentlemen,
Thank you, sir.
out of the main active roster, not including NXT 205, because that'd be too big.
Too easy because they're too close to the indies.
Yeah. Which 5 superstars do you think are suited somewhere else? I'll go first.
No, I believe you pitched this to me, and I immediately said, "Oh, AJ Styles should go to New Japan."
Yeah, I did.
Kevin Owens should go to PWG.
And I was like, no, not something we've seen. Something like
and then
totally different.
Well, I cheat.
yeah, Ed was writing us like before the show, and I'm like, "You cheater! You're writing back to this, back to this." So you'll see that in a second. Oh,
All right.
Uriel's ready.
Well, you didn't know. I didn't know that I couldn't do that.
Okay,
so.
that's fine. Whatever. Which one of you guys want to go first?
So
okay.
Yeah,
go ahead, Tommy. Go ahead.
I guess new guys go first.
Yeah.
First of all, obviously Dolph Ziggler.
Ziggler.
Triangular Ziggler.
Okay.
Circular.
What?
All circular.
Dolph Circular. But
Circle.
I'm here to circle.
I am perfection.
Perfection.
I am convection. Anyway, it's a weird joke. But Dolph Ziggler, I want to send him to Ring of Honor in New Japan, especially New Japan, because I know he's above 205 pounds. Him and Super Juniors would be.
That would be a dream. Just him against like.
Him against Jay White, him against Kenny Omega, him against Cody Rhodes, like when Cody's good. Him against.
Well, I don't think they've ever
Against
faced each
Okada?
other.
No. I'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
him,
All right.
him against
You
Okada.
gotta let me splooge about that.
Maybe not against Okada, but like they'd have to build him up first. But him against Hangman Page,
No, imagine him selling the Rainmaker.
Oh God.
dude, like
fucking
it's
times.
kind of like Okada Omega 1, where he just like pull that hands right on the back of his head.
He do a shooting star press like
Inside out bump.
I just thought of a better one. Him
Inside out
against Tomohiro Ishii. Because he could put on some good matches. Him and Kenny. So like,
Dude, yeah, anyone,
Oh.
even Michael Logan, because like Dolph Ziggler sells like he sells every like big move. Like he's been shot by a freaking bus.
Yeah, I agree. No, yeah. All right. Who else?
So yeah, he's a great worker.
Of course, yeah.
Rusev, the PWG, because PWG is kind of a weird outlaw promotion. And when I first saw PWG, I saw clips of like the Space Cats and the weird stunt, the weird bit when they shove their thumbs up everybody's butts and they walk around and Liger just throws all over with his butt.
Yeah.
And that was my first introduction to PWG. So Rusev Day in PWG would become an absolute indie sensation if it started in indies.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because if they live on the main roster, if it were an indie thing, you imagine like because people are like, oh, it's WWE, I don't take to it as much. But indie fans are so much more hardcore. Rusev Day would become essentially as big as Bullet Club.
Actually, you know, you're not wrong. I can see that.
I can see that too, actually.
Dude, book Rusev and Jeff Cobb, dude, like the freaking foreign fridges.
I just felt
the Bulgarian
a good
fridge.
booking. And then I know I'm budgeting him, but like, imagine Rusev and Taguchi Japan. That's like I think
like
the faction
sort of like the not very
Is
serious.
that the one where they're all like?
It's not a very serious.
They're all wearing
group.
the same thing, and then they all do this. They pledge to some. Yeah,
it's not. It's a very like unthreatening faction.
And they only get together when they feel like it. So most of the time they're separate, pretty much. But,
yeah,
but I love
kind of like you with this radio show.
Oh yeah, I'm Taguchi Japan, dude.
Anyway, moving on. Sorry.
Fine, you know.
So yeah, Rusev Day is a very. It seems like a very indie thing to make.
Yeah.
So that's why PWG. Mr. AJ Styles.
Yeah, that's a real build.
Yeah, that's I only show when I want to.
Yeah, built.
Actually, James Ellsworth built up SmackDown.
Yeah, right. He built the women's division.
Yeah, true. He did.
He ruined the women's
Oh my god, he's the worst. Okay, I'd send him.
CZW.
Parts unknown.
CZW.
Yeah, as a jobber. The Usos. I want to see.
As soon as I saw you write that down, I knew that's where you're.
Yeah, Usos and Ring of Honor versus the Briscoes.
I definitely agree.
Versus what? The Young Bucks
versus the Kingdom.
Dude, the super kick party that would come out of the Usos versus the Young Bucks.
The Usos versus the Young Bucks would be one of the greatest tag teams
of all time. Super kick.
Dude, Meltzer would.
Freak out. Star.
Who's the guy that goes super kick?
That is Ian Chibani, something like that.
Chibani?
Yeah, Chibani. Chibani, yeah.
Dude, his lungs would come out onto the announcer. Super kick!
You'd have to yell one giant super kick.
He'd be like, Ed Superstar, super kick.
By the way, they did do the Ed Superstar intro on SmackDown.
I did see
so
that.
you know. No, we're done with WWE for tonight. We're too much time with WWE. But yeah, Usos go to Ring of Honor because they have like that sort of. They kind of look a little Briscoe-y, and they kind of have a little bit of that vibe of like the kind of rough around the edges sort of talking. But not like they're bad, but like the sort of rebellion, sort of like really good at that, and like they would do really good in Ring of Honor. I think the belts would go on as well. But then Corbin, I think, would also be good because he's kind of like Punishment Martinez a little bit.
Which is funny because they need a new Punishment Martinez.
Yeah,
he's out of the company now.
Yeah, he's a new Punishment Martinez for him. So Corbin, big tall dude, he's pretty solid in the ring. I mean, if he works on his promos a little bit,
cool. What do you mean? His promos are amazing.
You have an advantage tonight. If I, Baron Corbin, schedule the match with you and Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental title, then you win by default.
His facial expression is just
come on. I'm a deadpan man who's had 7 strokes. He has no emotion.
All right.
He has no emotion. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Hope I didn't offend anybody, but he has no emotion. Yeah. Go to Ring of Honor. Build yourself up in the Indies. Get rid of
Sad Belly Corbin. That would be a shirt. That'd be a good shirt.
Drew Galloway. Dude, PWG, Sad Belly Corbin.
Yeah. There you go.
Dude,
Sad Belly.
Just get a few of them and have the other person make Sad Belly Corbin shirts.
Trevor Lee would be amazing.
Yeah, perfect.
You know who he is. Yeah, they'd be amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, Baron Corbin to Ring of Honor. Bray Wyatt, I think we go to Impact. Is the best still active in Impact?
In a way, yes.
Kind of. He recently came back.
He still does stuff. I mean, he's a backstage producer.
I think
the Hall of Fame.
If Abyss got over in Impact, he over it.
I mean, that's where the broken mat.
Exactly.
So I think anything.
So Broken Bray, just go to Impact and carry on the Broken Legacy.
Sammy Callahan
Or Bray Wyatt.
or Bray Wyatt versus Pentagon.
That'd be amazing. But not only that, Bray Wyatt has a Joseph Park alter ego.
Oh,
Husky Harris.
Oh my god. Okay,
He's just eating.
No.
He's like, ooh.
there was literally a promo, like, or like an interview where he said Husky Harris was like he was like lost in the world or whatever. He was like semi-kayfabe. He was like on like a podcast talk show. He's like, yeah, he was just lost child sort of thing, and now I'm no, whatever. It's like you got a better character. Cool. Yeah, I think he would be great in Impact. I don't want to take up everybody's time, but finally I realized I have more than 5, but
Yeah.
Noe Jose.
Yes.
Noe Jose will be in PWG because can you imagine the conga line with like
It'd be amazing.
with Dalton Castle's boys
I know.
and like the crowd gets into it?
Yeah.
I wrote this and immediately Ed starts typing beneath me. He's like, okay, first Noe Jose and then Dolph Ziggler and Nugent.
I know where he's going to. I know.
yes.
Okay,
I'm glad you know.
I know where you're
I
going.
think I know what I think I know what he's going to do. But then Noe Jose and then just a quick throw out there. If John Cena started in PWG, the whole "you can't see me" thing, like with all the invisible grenade stuff they're doing, like, are you kidding me? It's the worst thing ever. But like,
PWG is so funny.
dude,
It's like the
dude,
goofiest.
imagine this: if John Cena does a "you can't see me" and then they act like he's actually invisible. Like, wait, where'd he go? Oh my god! And then he
Like
just
they're getting
comes,
suplexed by nobody.
like he hits someone, and then they take a wild swing behind them, and then that's the setup for like the body drop.
I like that. No,
Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
that would make sense.
That'd be so cool. Like in PWG, John Cena goes to PWG with his weird dad hair, like
You know his fake hair. You mean
his
the,
wig,
the mop that he glued on his head?
the weird cat that he skinned and put to his scalp.
All right.
All right, now it's
Good
my
choices,
my
Simon.
first
Thank you.
one.
I
No
know-
Way
I know
Jose
where
and
you're going.
Lucha Underground.
Yes, please tell us.
Now, the reason I chose this is because I remember, I have to admit, I'm stealing the idea that somebody else made, I think on Reddit. But I wholeheartedly agree with this, and I think it would fit really well. The story, No Way Jose is an immortal man who can only survive by dancing. And with his conga lines, he fuels living on as an immortal man.
So at the time, so every like minute that he dances, he gets like another minute of life. But he can build it up through other people in his conga line,
line.
so he can like accumulate it. So he can like sleep.
Yeah, so he's not like he's like taking the life force away. He just like it's like a spirit bomb.
Well,
For him,
it's like everyone's charging his batteries.
Yeah.
And if he stops dancing, he dies.
It's like a
He's
spirit
only
bomb.
immortal as long as he keeps dancing.
of course.
And I also I think that would fit perfectly with Underground.
With that music.
Just dance. I
Yeah.
can just see him.
Dude, that music is my roommate to dance. Like, I remember it just starts like dancing in his chair when he was like the.
They probably couldn't use No Way Jose, so they probably have to say No Way Juan.
No way, Juan.
No
No Way Juan. No Way Juan. Okay, anyways, next one.
The next one, this is why I interrupted Uriel earlier, because I got pretty passionate.
Oh yeah.
Dolph
Okay.
Ziggler, I've always wanted him to go to New Japan.
Yeah.
I think he would have really great matches with everyone that Tommy mentioned earlier. And for some reason, I don't know why, I just think my biggest dream match that I've always thought of that's never happened is Dolph Ziggler versus Cody Rhodes. They've never wrestled each other.
Yeah.
I don't know why I want to see them wrestle so
I told
bad.
you they.
Because even now when Cody's like hot, like
I just think they'd have a really good match. The only thing
Yeah, it'd be
they've
great.
gotten close to is that they were in a fatal 4-way with Sin
Yes.
Cara and Rey Mysterio
Yeah.
that one time,
Mhm.
and
That doesn't
they've been in
count.
the Royal Rumble together, but they've never
the Royal Rumble is like everyone's been in the Royal
they've never
Rumble.
fought
man.
1-on-1, and I've always wanted.
It's a
to see
weird thing that they've never crossed paths. But the time they had together.
Before I die, I want to see this
It'll
match.
happen.
They were in the same company for like 5 or 6 years.
6, I think 6 or 7. Actually, 7. Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
like both of them so much.
Pretty much all of Cody's career. Was with Dolph.
Huh.
So it's weird.
Yeah, like that would be in New Japan especially. Like that'd be great.
All right.
This is one of my cheating ones.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Bobby Roode back to Impact.
I think now it fits.
Make up a new one right now.
Because he could be the top. He could be a top star power.
Dude, Rude versus
Yes.
Aries.
And he's not.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything.
He's not even the
just
same
with
level.
Chad.
anymore.
He's babysitting Chad
He's just
Gable.
with
Yeah.
Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Like that's all he's
Hey,
doing.
no. What do you mean? The Ascension is an important thing.
Got it.
Dude, it's so important, man.
Yeah.
See, he was important in NXT. Because
Yeah.
everyone's important.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because they book it well.
Which is what matters. But I honestly think it would just benefit him more if he went back.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Cesaro in New Japan.
He's always teased it. He's always teased.
He
Yeah.
can go on for very long
He's
matches.
an incredible worker.
And that's two of the biggest things that are in New Japan. Hard hitters and great workers.
And
Cesaro
Cesaro is
Tanahashi.
both of those things.
Yeah.
Cesaro Tanahashi, are you kidding me?
The president. What? He's not
President of the United
American.
States?
No, the president of New Japan. He's not from America. He's from
Swiss?
I think he is Switzerland. So this would fit. He'd want Cesaro to come.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be
Cesaro.
Swiss
Yeah,
boy
because
there.
everyone in
Swiss.
Switzerland is like buddy with each other.
Yeah, of course. Well,
With his
Cesaro.
pepperoni nipples.
Well, not only that, Switzerland's like a very nice place, guys. So,
Yeah.
Have you been to Switzerland?
I mean, I've heard it's ranked one of
I've
the
seen
happiest places.
pictures.
It's ranked one of the happiest places in the world to live. Come on.
I always hear good things about Switzerland.
Yeah, I mean,
Cesaro.
it's probably nice. Yes, Cesaro.
Cesaro.
Switzerland's greatest export.
Cesaro. All right,
But yes, I definitely think you'd fit in and have some great
I agree.
like Star Wars Suzuki or something like that.
Suzuki.
Cesaro versus
versus-
Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, Jeff Cobb, Zack Sabre Jr., stuff like that.
Good technical match.
Dude, Sabre versus Ziggler.
That'd be a
Sonata versus Ziggler.
well, Ziggler against Zack Sabre Jr. He could bend Ziggler in so many different ways.
Yeah, that's true.
And he could been Sabre Jr. in so many
That's
things.
true.
Ziggler versus Marty or Ziggler versus Ospreay.
Yes.
Oh, Marty. Oh, Ospreay would be great. Oh my God.
And then for my last one,
Other cheating.
my other cheating
But it makes
one,
sense,
it was
yeah.
Shinsuke.
He's not doing anything.
Just go back.
He got squashed against Sheamus.
He did. He does have a belt though, so he's still
I
good.
heard
No,
that-
that belt doesn't
I
mean
heard that he
anything.
wants to go back.
Yeah, I mean, he does.
Of course he does, because he's being booked terribly. He had a very short match because Undertaker had to come out and walk for 10 minutes and then
They
say,
say 5 words.
That was the worst ending. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. That is one of the worst endings of an anniversary show. That is one of the worst endings.
it was a better anniversary show than like Raw 25 or Raw 1000 because it didn't like
Hey,
it
progress
didn't
lines.
like
Did
toot its own, it didn't toot its own horn for like a month. It was
Yeah.
like, hey, okay. I think Ed's dying actually. We've actually killed Ed.
It was
But,
so bad.
But they made it so it was like here's a few little Easter eggs, like here's some cool things like having Booker T and Jerry the King Lawler, yay, and on commentary.
People said it would have been nice if we had Michael Cole and Taz and commentary.
Dude,
Yeah,
Cole's actually really good.
Yeah, I just made a video on like Instagram. He's like, I guess my invitation got lost in the mail or whatever. He's
Jericho
like,
didn't get
but-
invited either.
He's like,
We know why.
Yeah.
We know why,
He's
but
like, I'm happy for you guys for
What, Jerry Lawler?
no, Taz, Jericho.
Oh, Jericho. I thought
Jericho
you
didn't
said
get
Jerry.
No, Jericho didn't get invited. We know why, obviously. Yeah, okay, my picks. These are so I tried to pick people that I knew you guys weren't gonna pick.
All right.
So I picked Chad Gable.
Well, I saw yours.
Yeah.
You kind of did get in there first.
Yeah, I know.
So
Because I was really excited. Anyways, Chad Gable. I actually picked him for MLW. And this is why.
that'd be a perfect fit.
And this is why. I don't want him in New Japan yet because he's too like young. And then
Green.
Impact. I don't think he'd be lost in that show. I don't know. He doesn't have
Because he's like a
Yeah.
like mid card, like mid card. He like
Yeah.
that's kind of MLW.
But I think I know what MLW could put him in it, and because he needs to start in a faction. Faction.
Gable versus Strickland would be cool.
Yeah, well, Gable in the filthy Tom Lawler stable with Gotch and Freddie, it would match his
Team
fighting.
Filthy.
Yeah, Team Filthy. It would match his fighting style.
So him inside with Gotch, man.
Yeah, fourth. It would. Anyways, a fourth member would be nice to have in that group. Could you imagine him coming out with that hoodie and all
Could
that?
you imagine
Yeah.
a German suplex into a Gotch pile driver?
Oh,
He
exactly.
flips him over his head and
Yes.
catches him upside down and stops him.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Oh, but anyways, Chad Gable I think would fit in MLW. Just the youth.
That'd be so dangerous.
MLW has a lot of youth talent too, if you think about it.
Strickland,
Strickland,
Jimmy Yuta,
Jason Cade, Ryan Pillman Jr. I guess
Teddy Hart. No, that's Eddie Hart. No, he's like
the Lucha Brothers are pretty young, I think, still, right?
they're still like 30.
Yeah, Sammy Guevara is returning, he's becoming regular there, so he's another youth.
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
No, the dirty.
That's a
filthy-
KFC guy.
Pretty high, the
Colonel
dirty
Parker,
blondes.
Yeah, Frank Gay needs to do more counters for being the man of 1,000
Yeah,
counters.
I
He
know.
doesn't counter enough.
Okay, he never ages. He doesn't though. It's weird. Anyways,
He's weird. He looks like a Mortal Kombat
yes.
character.
The next one is the Revival. If you guys all know they've been booked
Yes.
kind of. I would
saw
love
the
to.
great
I
match
was like,
against
oh,
whoever.
yeah.
I would love them to be an NWA, and this is why the NWA needs people, and they would be a great tag team to feel that old school vibe.
Yes.
They'd be able to clash with the Young Bucks.
Yeah. Not only that, but Jim Cornette could manage them. Jim Cornette was.
Cornette loves them.
Well, he
right?
said if he would come out, he said like 3 people he'd come out only to manage. And one of them was a Revival.
I
So
want to see them versus the Young Bucks in New Japan.
yes, and see that's another reason they'd
Dude,
kill
the
it.
FTR shirts.
They'd kill it in the Super Junior division.
Dude, they
Could you
could
imagine?
Yeah, absolutely.
They'd have
man.
that old school American
Show
Invader
Yo.
vibe. Yeah, like Show and Yo gets that's another match. Yeah, Show and Yo the Funky 3K
versus the
Revival.
Revival.
Yeah, that'd be a great match. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, I really like the Revival. Okay, now next one is really a weird one. Luke Harper. But the reason why is because Luke Harper as a singles competitor is
In
really
Lucha?
good.
Yeah.
No, and there's a reason why for Lucha. My reason why I think he would fit in Lucha Underground was because just how he's been portrayed as
kind of creepy dude.
Lucha Underground is known for its characters, obviously, and I'd love to see him.
Well, they're off TV now.
Yeah.
They definitely need a different entrance.
I'd like to see him in a tribe. I don't know which tribe, and I don't know why I think
What
about.
about the bunnies?
The hillbilly tribe.
I was thinking like like the rabbit tribe. He fits so well as the tall carrot. I don't know a carrot. Come on, make it.
Yeah, being a dominant tag team partner and make him a carrot.
I don't know.
What do you? This is like Diesel turning into Oz.
Well, see, I think it would
You're
work.
booking Diesel as Oz, dude.
Or the NWA because he has that really Brody King. I think that was not Brody King.
The bounty hunter?
No, Brody. Not Brody the bounty hunter.
No, there was a bounty hunter from MLW early on.
Oh, Brody King. Yes.
Yeah, Brody King is.
He's still in MLW.
Yeah,
yeah,
but he was a bounty hunter at some point.
No, this old school wrestler. I forgot his name. Wow, people are gonna. If anyone
Rose
knows
Clay.
online, no. This old school wrestler, Brody, he died. All I know is that he's
Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody.
That's who he reminds me of a lot.
Really, that guy wasn't that guy like a jerk?
No. But in real, his like fighting, like in ring abilities reminds me of Luke Harper. And
No. Did you see the Rock the promo thing?
no,
Where Rock did like a bunch of like a promo tournament. All I can think of was like Joe Brody, like the guy who won it, who's basically like Matt Riddle turned up to 11.
really?
It was so funny.
Yeah. But no, I'd like to see Luke Harper in an NWO just because he has like the old school feel. Like I can see him do that.
Yeah.
He's a very agile wrestler. I like to see him, just build him up and all that. Now, next guy is Apollo Crews. He's very underrated. He's a good performer, not good in the mic skills, but I think he was an impact.
He has a decent promo this past
You
week.
just gotta smile.
He just got
He smiled
That's all
with
you gotta do.
but I feel like he'd kill it in the X.
He's like a mini moose.
Remember, the X Division has no weight class.
He's like a mini moose.
Yeah, he is a mini moose, and he could become.
He can turn heel.
Do you remember how Scott Steiner had little Petey?
He
He could be little moose.
Or Archer's had little Jimmy.
Yeah.
But Archer's could be as little Jimmy.
He could be little moose to Money Moose.
Mini moose?
Yeah, mini moose. No, I think Apollo Crews would fit very well in the next division. Now, I'm gonna put a diva or whatever you want.
A diva? A woman?
A woman
A
wrestler.
lady?
A diva.
What do you want to call them?
It's just big.
Okay, it's just big. The reason why I think Bailey would fit in Impact is because she needs to do something with her character. Her character's just been destroyed.
Yeah, versus Masquerade would be good.
Yeah. Well, her in general, just being able to be herself again. I don't feel like she's been able to be herself on the main roster.
No, of course not, because Vince is
I
mean.
mean, yeah. So I think Impact, they've shown that you can have a bubbly character and you can work like Allie. Allie is a bubbly character. Now that Allie's kind of turned into a demon, and we'll get to that. I think Bailey would really fit that role of that baby face. Because right now, Impact doesn't really have a baby face, like a straight baby face for the woman's
Straight
division.
baby face.
Like they don't have a believable one. So I think Bailey would fit in at least as a baby face. Because she in NXT she was so likable. I liked her so much.
Because she had the great match with Sasha Banks.
And then people forgot. No, people didn't forget. I mean, the main roster, people that are in charge of the main roster forgot about it.
She was booked as a threat.
Yep.
And she was going to attack the person.
Yeah.
She's like Daniel Cormier.
Yeah. But guys, that's it. That is our little
Experimental segment.
trial, I guess, for it.
That's the NXT of our
Hopefully
show.
next week we'll get into some other question that we'll think of. But
the next week of us arguing about something and we all hate each other.
yeah.
Triple threat. Book it.
All right, guys.
In
We
the
have
Williams Center.
a few minutes. Whatever. Hefty amount of minutes.
What, 25 minutes left?
Yeah.
Show.
That's fine.
Less than half an
So
hour.
I'll just go into the other alternative wrestling news. As Cody Rhodes calls
Wrestling
it.
news?
Cody called it alternative wrestling.
Alternative
Corey?
wrestling.
Corey in the house. No,
Corey Graves?
Cody in the house. I want that. Can that be a Disney Channel show? Cody in the house. Cody's in the house. Yeah. Anyways, other news. So the NWA is getting this week is their anniversary. It's the anniversary show. I'm not gonna put out the card. It's like go on Twitter. All right. Anyways,
What do you come here for?
Yeah.
Like news?
exactly.
How dare you?
No, but
What do you think we are?
so you guys remember that 6-man challenge we talked about last week? The Crimson, Jack Stain, and Road Warrior Animal.
Yeah.
We're putting
I
out.
remember that.
So this character named Osiris, and you kind of had to watch the NWA from its 2016. Yeah, he answered the call, and it's weird because his two partners he revealed are both women wrestlers. And what's weirder is that this is a hardcore match now.
All right.
So this will be interesting.
okay.
Lovely.
Yeah, NWA. I don't know what you're doing, but sign me up.
What's going on here? Man?
Sign me up. Intergender violence.
Yeah,
Do it.
So let's do it.
Is there an intergender belt somewhere in
Yes,
the
somewhere. I don't know what promotion has it, but there is one. James
Probably.
Ellsworth.
I feel like
Oh.
he has it right now.
I think
Hopefully he keeps it so we can't come back to WWE.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That belt can't be good.
We'll talk about how people didn't like him when TNA.
Oh, we'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to how Impact reacted when he.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I need to keep things out of my head for it.
Yeah, don't worry. We're gonna have to bring him back up. Anyways, another match that was announced was Laredo Kid, who's an amazing Mexican wrestler, like from Mexico, against Barrett Brown, who's this, I guess, young, kind of.
Bad news, Barrett Brown.
No, man, he's the NWA. I guess you could call him the cruiserweight champion right now.
Oh,
and so, but the title isn't on the line. But the guy Barrett Brown is recognized as the current NWA junior champion. That's what it's called, the junior champion.
Yeah,
it's obviously.
You have to be a
junior. So
it could be Brian Pillman Jr. or Ray Mysterio Jr.
Of course, or David Boy Smith Jr. But Laredo Kid and them are just gonna have an exhibition match, special match. So we'll see. I love Laredo Kid, so can't wait for that. But yeah, that's all. NWA will have their anniversary show, as I said, this Saturday, I think, or no, Sunday, the 21st. So
Sunday.
It'll be an interesting show to see how the NWA brings themselves back from the dark ages, like very long dark ages. The NWA has been gone, guys. And,
yeah.
And remember, it was such a prestige promotion back in the day. If you think about it, it was more prestige than WWE. You guys know, like the NWA belt meant more than the WWE belt back in the day.
Yeah.
So much more. You got people like Harley Race, Ric Flair, Gerald Briscoe,
all the people.
No, Dusty Rhodes, obviously.
More Ric Flair.
Sting.
Ric Flair pretty much was the
Ric
NWA.
Flair, yeah, Ric Flair. You had all these people hold that belt. So it's like, I'm kind of glad the NWA is coming back. And now you have Cody holding it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you take that belt around the world and show it off and make the NWA better again.
Of course. So MLW this week, pretty good show as always. Pretty solid. It's like NXT, but independent. Yeah, like I guess you could say.
I don't think it's not NXT. It's sort of like it's kind of becoming PWG as like this rite of passage sort of indie show.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's NXT.
Here's a better. It's what Evolve could have been.
It's like yeah.
Yeah,
or it's like a sort of lesser PWG.
Yeah. Well, Brian Pillman Jr. made a single debut. Had a match against this guy named Vandal
Ortagun, the ultimate jobber in MLW.
Yes.
Who lost to freaking Coco
Brazil, yeah.
in his first ever. It was literally losing. It was. Coco Brazil won.
Woohoo! No, but Coco Brazil's actually a really good talent.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
I want to see him if I would book a Cruiserweight Classic. We should book a Cruiserweight Classic.
We should.
They should have loser streak with Kurt Hawkins and Tyler Breeze.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but Brian Pillman Jr. did his debut. Oh my, he is pretty good. So he did like a V trigger kind of, and like Vandal was like on the ground trying to get out.
Here we go.
And Brian Pillman Jr. was loading up for a knee strike, and Vandal like dodges, but then like he reverses it. Like I don't know what Vandal was going for, but he went for something. Brian Pillman Jr. reverses it, puts him on the ground again. Like you heard that knee connect. Like I mean, like you, yeah. Like oh my, he's good. Like, all I'm trying to say is that he's
kind of like Kenny Omega.
He's got a good future ahead of him. Yeah. So
put him in New Japan immediately.
Yeah. Well, they kind of want to actually. No, they do. Yeah, they do.
Of course they do.
MLW wants to work in a relationship with New Japan.
Of course, because New Japan's like the biggest thing right now.
So I'd love to see that. Another thing, Jamie Yuta had a match against Elijah La Parca, which people thought Elijah was going to win because it was his first match in MLW.
No, don't confuse Jamie Yuta with Jimmy Yuta.
Jimmy Yuta actually won this match in actually impressive way. He actually hit his finisher and won. People were like, his finisher again? I don't remember, but he hit it.
Whatever it was,
he
hit cool. I promise.
He hit his finisher. It was.
Please watch MLW.
It was great. Yeah, I like it. And then he had a little promo for Stokely Hathaway, who, if you guys do not know, he's this like manager in the Indies. He managed the moves. He managed most of Catch Point in Evolve. Catch Point was so big in Evolve back in 2016. And he's a really good like talker on the mic. So he's a really good modern manager.
His name is Stokely.
Stokely Hathaway.
Yeah, how good can he be?
No, trust me. He's really like people wanted him to come to NXT, but that might not be happening anymore because he has signed reportedly a deal with MLW to be like working for them. So he's going to debut soon as a manager, probably. And which brings me to a point that I want to talk about really quick, guys.
Yeah.
Evolve has fallen to death because look at
they did also lose.
Sorry, they
also hear you.
Yeah. Well, see, this is what they lost so much talent over the last 2 years. And let me talk about how much talent they've lost in the last 2016, 2018. It's crazy. So Catch Point was a big group, like big stable, I guess, for Evolve. That was getting them recognized, right? Because you had people like TJP, Drew Gulak, Matt Riddle, Freddie Ahai, Tracy Williams, and Jaka.
Well, I thought Drew Gulak was in CCW.
But he was also in Evolve. So you had all those people. Then the CCW happened, CWC, I mean, Cruiserweight Classic, and obviously they lost Drew Gulak and TJP.
Evolve is kind of like a feeder into WWE.
It is.
Because like they almost put like ICW, Evolve, and Progress on the other network.
Yes, but it's also kind of hurting them. Let me on the talent wise, because a lot of their talent supposedly the reports are kind of tired of Gabe Smith, the owner of Evolve.
Yeah, he's like a friend of Paul Heyman.
Yeah, he's a big friend of Paul Heyman. People just don't like a lot of talent is leaving because of him, Gabe. And good examples were like Freddie Ahai. He's done with the company. He's in MLW full time. Ethan Page, he was all ego. Like, look at his all ego stuff. He was in Evolve. It was amazing. He left. And look, Tracy Williams, he just left, and he's about to debut in ROH very soon. And Stokely Hathaway. It's Tracy Williams, Hot Spicy Tracy Williams. That was his nickname. He was a big member for Catch Point also. He's leaving, and he's going to obviously to what did they say? ROH, yeah. And Chuck Taylor, he was trying to get he was part of Evolve.
Isn't he running New Japan a little bit? He had like one match in New Japan.
Who? Chuck Taylor? Yeah. No, he's a regular on New Japan now.
Oh, I remember this like match from G1 or whatever.
Yeah, he had a match in G1, but now he's become now he's kind of left Evolve and doing stuff in New Japan and ROH. So it's like Evolve is just losing so much. Like they don't have big names anymore. Like as Keith Lee is in WWE, Matt Riddle in WWE, Cassius Ohno in WWE, Johnny Gargano in WWE. Those were all other big names. And
but they're doing good things in WWE.
They're doing good things, but it's like kind of hurting their attendance too. Like it doesn't get as full as it used
to Evolve, yeah.
And it's not only that, they only have like 3 big names, and that's Shane Strickland, Austin Theory, who's on the rise, but he's probably going to be taken by NXT soon. And same with Darby Allin, another on the rise.
Oh yeah, they're all big stars.
And they were about to get Joey Janela, but he got injured recently, so he's kind of off the table. Yeah. So it's like at this point,
what did he do this time?
Injured himself for a whole year. He's out for a whole
year. At All In?
No. This was at an event like a month after.
Yeah, what did he do?
His injury actually set plans back
for Impact and for other shows. He was about to debut for Impact as well.
What did he do to
himself? But
Joey Janela thing.
There's a list of what he broke. It's a list.
Yeah. Is there like a shorter list of what
you just made the list?
Is there a shorter list of what he didn't break?
Yes, probably. No, that's.
And Jericho's like, Joey Janela's collarbone? You just made the list.
But it's just, I don't know. It just makes me sad that it's had Evolve is something that I like to watch. I used to watch.
I guess they're devolving.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Devolutions and
Devolution.
Yeah, that's just my take on Evolve right now. It's really sad to see what's happening in this company, but I just don't see it. I see W just buying it and just taking it.
Yeah, just do that. Take all talent and scrub the company.
Yeah, that's what's probably gonna happen.
Well, don't do that because you don't want to overflow NXT, but like
at this point they don't care. I mean, look how many people you have in NXT. It's
so
much.
But like it's not like any of the big stars aren't getting their time.
Well, there are some big stars that they still haven't shown. Like Axel Pizza Jr. I don't know his name. Myrtle Barth.
Well, if he hasn't debuted yet, I don't count it.
Well, true, but he's so good in the indies. But anyways, I don't know.
They just debuted like a whole new floor. Like Keith Lee's debut, and they're gonna debut back real soon. It's like
that was amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, they did. Aleister Black is out. Johnny Gargano's he's still there, but just have Evolve there. And I mean, they do have NXT UK, and they've evolved, so they buy it. But speaking of which, NXT UK, side note, that aired for the first time tonight.
Yes, it did. I heard about that.
Tonight?
Yeah, tonight it aired at like 4 o'clock.
That's tonight in English time. So in English time, that's tonight. But yeah. Anyways, sorry for the little sidetrack. I just wanted to talk to my mind involved. But anyways, Teddy Hart had a match against Rich Swann, and he destroyed him. So yeah, like Teddy Hart. No, Teddy Hart destroys him.
Is Rich Swann more of a driver in MLW? Is he a regular?
He is a regular.
I'm about like 8 or something.
He is a regular because him and ACH is a tag team. It's just that he's more used as a. I think he's more trying to have a redemption arc.
Yeah.
For what he did, the whole life thing. But that's his MLW. Anyways, okay, moving on.
The whole like domestic abuse thing.
Yeah, Lucha Underground is so crazy. Let me tell you how crazy it is. Kaya called out Matanza because she's like, I'm tired of you sacrificing
everybody.
Yeah, you sacrificed Joey Wrestling, which is Joey Mercury.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Maybe you should stop sacrificing people I like.
Yeah.
To like kill them.
and
Like
Jack-
that seems a little bit bad.
And Jack Evans, so she's like, I want to beat you up because you ruined my wedding also.
So
So
he's
he,
like, well,
He's got laundry
you
list.
instead.
yeah, and then Antonio Cueto was like, you want to get sacrificed? Okay, fine.
All right, here you go.
Okay, and so
You can say hi to
wait.
yeah. So they fight. The match isn't going anywhere because it was like a trap. Johnny Mundo comes up and just starts attacking Matanza.
With his Impact belt.
Yeah, yeah, he goes in, but no. So it's pretty much
I have 2 gimmicks.
it's pretty much set for Ultima Lucha Cuatro Matanza versus Johnny Mundo, which will be probably a good match.
Best name he's had.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think so too. After that, Phoenix and Mil allies. Yeah, there was a tag team match. Phoenix and Mil against Dragon Seca Jr. and Willie the Mac. Because the Mac and Mil Martins will be against each other in Ultima Lucha Cuatro, and Dragon Seca Jr. will be against Phoenix or Dark Phoenix, I guess we can call him now. And oh my, this match was so special because Mil and Phoenix, they did double team moves.
Yeah.
And they've never teamed up.
It's so weird.
It's so weird.
So did he do like lift him on his shoulders and do a splash?
Like other stuff too. Like I mean, like
they go way back to season 1,
Yeah.
where they had the feud.
The
Like,
feud.
Oh yeah,
the
where
feud
they
on the
like
Yeah.
they had that match to see who would go in first and last in Aztec Warfare.
yeah, stuff like
and
that.
they
Yeah,
had that whole,
and they have a bigger feud beyond that.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I can't wait.
So just seeing them work together was weird, and I liked it. It was a good match. After that, Famous B was like, my new client is me.
It's out of my own. It was me, Mighty B.
I guess. So he wants to like wrestle again, and like Ricky Mundo, who's like a fanboy of Johnny Mundo, comes out and he's like, "I'm gonna beat you up." And he beats him up, like he beats up Famous B, and then he challenges Taya to Ultima Lucha. Because
I want to love Johnny.
no. This is his reasoning. It's because Taya, ever since they
don't hang out
they
anymore.
got engaged, Johnny has stopped respecting Mickey. Even though he never respected Mickey.
Yeah.
But dude, I have a life, man.
Yeah.
Back off. You're like the kid from Incredibles.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like Bucky.
He's
Or
like
Buddy.
he's like that kid from Superbad. That one. Jonah Hill's character. There you go. That's Ricky. But
Oh my god, man.
yeah, but match. We'll see. Anyways, and then we had the main event, which met Pentagon Junior against pretty much Chelsea Green. And
Is that the way? Was Chelsea Green the like bipolar one?
Whatever. Yeah. That's bipolar. Yes.
Yes. The wedding dress.
That's an interesting gimmick. Like half
Oh,
of
her-
evil, half of
Oh yeah. But Pentagon had a match with her and he beat her up, and
well then. What a lovely gentleman.
And then he breaks her arm and he.
it's pretty much
Package pile driver.
the storyline for him against Marty the Moth Martinez.
I still think that's a weird name.
Marty the Moth Martinez.
Marty Moth.
Martinez.
I mean, the cleaner Kenny Omega seems a little weird until you know it's like, oh, it's like the person who cleans up after like a murder.
Yeah.
But it's like, Moth. What?
We'll see.
You know
where
what that
this.
means? He's gonna have a feud with Bray Wyatt.
Just turn a light. Just turn a light on in the background.
Bray
and then
Wyatt
you'll
will
be
use
easy.
the lamp.
Well, for him,
Yeah.
Yeah, just turn one
his-
spotlight on outside the
no,
ring
his-
and win by count
It's
out.
kind of clever. His light was
Yeah,
the belt.
The belt, I remember that.
was his light, so that's why he wanted it so bad. 'Cause it was what he-
So he's actually mentally like messed up, and he thinks he's a monster.
Well, his backstory is that he's a rich kid. Like he's a rich kid that's spoiled.
So I'm rich. I'm also a moth, and I want that belt.
Well, it's because he got like I think he found like he bought the
Found the belt on eBay.
No, he bought the medallion, the moth, because there's tribes in Underground.
Oh, I'm
So
not
he-
at the tribe yet.
So he got the medallion, whatever for moth, I guess. And-
So it possessed him.
well, he got like into it too much, and he started like idolizing the moth. You know what I mean? Like he started thinking he was a moth. The moth. But anyways,
Which is weird.
it is supposed to, yeah.
Wrestling everybody.
Anyways, guys, let's go to my favorite show this week. Well, last week, I mean, Impact Bound for Glory, and how glorious it was. Yeah, take that, Bobby. You're not glorious anymore.
Go back to Impact. You
glorious
scrub.
And anyways, so
Alrighty.
here's some results. The Mac and Swan
Glorious.
defeated Seidel and Page. I guess those third eyes were closed.
Oh, was it Mac was his partner?
Yeah, the
Billy
Mac.
Mac.
Yep,
It wasn't. It wasn't ACH.
Yeah, I know.
The Mac
Swerve.
was his
Oh,
partner.
I wanted to be
And,
ACH.
I know.
He should be so good in
I
Impact.
know.
He'd be Mini Moose.
There was a really cool spot. I remember someone, I forget who it was, they did a Hurricane Rana on Rich Swann, who turned and wrapped his legs on somebody else and gave them a hurricane rana.
Oh my.
And I was just like, oh my god.
Whoa!
I was like, what is going on? And the Mac was doing some crazy stuff for his size. Like, he was doing like some jumping arm drags and stuff like that. You know, he was just flipping around. So, pretty similar to Keith Lee.
He has to be shorter. But yeah, really good match. And then we had match of the night, Eli Drake Open Challenge. Jericho? Nah.
It's Ellsworth.
It was Ellsworth. But no, wait. This wasn't their original idea.
Oh my God,
What happened was Eli Drake
stay out of wrestling.
Originally, his match was going to be
But he was injured.
And then
they tried to get low key. And
oh,
you know
so Ellsworth is the next best thing, right?
Well, after Janela and low key, yes. And actually, it's funny because they were booing him and they were saying swear words that we cannot say on air.
We still need a censor button.
Yeah.
Ellsworth tried to do the Styles Clash at one point.
Yeah.
He even did the pose.
Yep.
Like this.
No, but he was
cool.
getting booed so much that Eli Drake said, wow, you're a fan favorite. That's what Eli Drake.
And then he gave him his finisher, the gravy train, and then the fans were like, one more time. One more time. So he did it again. And
what is a gravy train?
It's like a really high impact Samoan drop, right? Yeah. But
do you like crouch really far down and jump up?
No, he like puts your head so your head kind of mostly takes the.
It's kind of like a Death Valley driver.
Yeah, Death Valley driver. But
oh, so it's really dangerous. Slow drop.
Yeah.
But after the match,
good.
Like,
do it 3 times.
I wanted to face a Hall of Famer tonight, and guess who comes out?
Abyss.
The newly inducted Hall of Famer, Abyss, and he puts Eli Drake through a table.
I liked it.
That's better than Ellsworth.
Yeah.
At least they buried Ellsworth immediately.
Yeah, they did actually. And then we had a really good women's match. Very good.
Yeah.
Extremely predictable women's match.
Tessa versus Ty. But actually, some points it looked like Taya actually might have. It did look like they were gonna give her the It's like it felt like a Mae Young Classic.
Yeah,
match. It was really good. It was just really good.
That's high praise.
That moonsault she did.
Yes, I was about to say, and so Tessa, she won the match, but I saw some talks after Bound for Glory that people were like, man, Tessa, it's great to see how far she's come. Like, the fans love her. She's gotten way better in the ring, on the mic. And someone replied and said, the company should just build around Tessa at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
they kind of almost are.
Yeah. They almost, I was going to say she's really well protected now.
Yeah, when's the last time she lost the match? Like a year or so ago?
No, it was like a few months ago. It's Madison Rain. She okay.
What? Oh, is another one of your favorites?
No, she's not. I mean, she's Ed's favorite.
Oh, you're one. Oh, okay, cool. Well, now we know where we all stand on Madison Rain.
She's only 23. Oh, not Madison Rain. Tessa.
No, Tessa. Yeah.
Tessa's 23. Yeah. Madison Rain is like 14 years in the game.
I know she's married to Josh Matthews.
Yeah, which is so weird.
It's so weird. Yeah, I know.
Of all the people, it's like the dude who got possessed by. The only thing I remember about Josh Matthews is he got possessed by the Undertaker in that one segment.
You remember he had those segments with that guy who always wanted to like.
Remember his gimmick in Tough Enough, the Sponge?
Yep.
The Sponge.
Him and Matt
Probably the Love
dynamic duo.
Oh my. Anyways, I was gonna say next match originally was gonna be Eddie Edwards versus Moose in a hardcore match, but DQ happened because of cross.
And so then Tommy Dreamer came out.
Tommy Dreamer
still going.
Yeah, and then this makes sense.
Is he not broken in half yet?
It's New York though, ECW right there, And so they had a hardcore match. And
everyone's still talking about ECW years after it's been destroyed.
I love it. It's like it's not like
WCW. They turned it into a tag match.
Yeah.
Teddy Long style.
There was a point where Tommy Dreamer drank some beer, and then Eddie Edwards was like, "Yeah, come on," and then he spit the beer into Eddie Edwards' mouth from his own mouth, and then everyone was like, "You're nasty,
you're sick." Well, he's supposed to be unhinged, so it makes sense. Anyways,
he's gone crazy after years of
Eddie Edwards and Tommy Dreamer ended up winning, but after the match, Moose and Killer Cross attacked them.
Yeah, destroyed. Okay, next match, OVE, Lucha Bros in Cage. This was, a lot of people said this was a match of the night.
This was amazing.
I can't believe they beat Lucha Bros in Cage. That's like a really formidable team.
This was...
Someone noted that this was the first time...
this was not a predictable
We got pinned.
Cage got pinned.
Cage, yeah.
This is the first time he's gotten pinned in TNA since he got there.
Yeah, since he got there. Remember, he beat EC3 and Bobby Lashley in his debut.
So the way that they won was that they got Phoenix and Pentagon out of the ring, and then all three of them just kept giving super kick after super kick after super kick to Cage while he was down, and then Callahan hit him with a pile driver, and then finally pinned him because before they did like a triple finisher on him, and he still didn't. He kicked out at 1, so they were like, "What do we have to do to beat this guy?" So they just destroyed him for like 5 minutes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And
You got to protect
it
somebody.
was a really good match. After that, we had LAX against the OGs and a concrete jungle match. Someone
I
said
predicted this one correctly because it wasn't the original OGs.
Yeah.
Like the Solo Club OGs.
someone said that
And that logic holds true.
someone said that when they thought of this match, all they could see is LAX and the OGs fighting in the playground. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that
about.
makes sense.
But it wasn't that. It was
what it
so
looks
different.
like?
No. Like they what did they do into the ring? Like there was no
It was
padding.
There was no padding. It
There
was
was
just
no
the
padding.
wooden.
It was just wood.
It was the
That
wooden.
doesn't seem smart.
Yeah, it was the wooden
hey,
floor.
they don't care.
so-
They're extreme.
They're impact.
Yeah.
They don't care.
It was a good match. I thought it was good for the weird stuff they were doing. LAX ended up winning, which ended the feud right in there. LAX.
So
It was a handicap match too because Conan was taken out earlier in the night. So
Yeah, give him an excuse so that he doesn't have to move.
yeah.
speaking of weird,
Yeah.
what was the Alley segment
So
over here
Allie,
about?
we're gonna go really quick on this, but Allie and we're trying to say Kira Hogan because she got like buried in a casket in last week's Impact episode.
Oh yeah, the buried alive match that made no sense to me
Yeah.
for some reason.
And so she got buried, and Allie was trying to save her, and she did. But at the same time, Soo Young and her undead brides were trying to stop her. But out of nowhere, Rosemary comes back.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Didn't you call that last week?
I did. I was like,
Yes.
Rosemary has to come back for
Look at-
this. And anyways, they come back. They have like this Dragon Ball Z style fight because there's like
Yeah,
lightning
it's
comes out of
super
Soo Young's
spirit bomb.
animated,
and
dude.
no,
It's so
you're
weird.
not wrong. Like
It's
spirit
It's like a
bomb,
Lu-
like
it's like a
Rosemary
Lucha
has,
Underground
like
segment, dude.
Rosemary has like these energy bulbs coming out of her hands, and it's like weird. It's like final deletion. There we go. That's a good way to put it. It was weird. I liked it though. It was
Yeah.
weird. And then no, when they come back, Allie is different. You can see like there's a darkness in her now.
She's been corrupted by Rosemary.
She talked like
She got symbiote.
she got the symbiote.
It's like that double voice.
Anyways, yeah, I really wanted to do this last match. Johnny Impact versus Aries.
Oh God.
Impact finally won, but Aries was
pretty angry. Like we said earlier,
Yeah.
He took the Starship Pain.
He's such a prima donna.
He lost the match, but as soon as the bell rang, he just shot up, got out of the ring, flipped off Don Callis, and left.
He spat on Johnny Impact there as well.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
spat, and then
What
yeah.
the heck? Like he left 205 because he was like, I don't like how I'm being booked.
Which
And
makes
then
sense.
he's like, here he is, but he was in the main event scene for a while.
Yeah, but like
and not everyone can be in the main event
Yeah,
scene.
yeah.
And there was Neville as the champion, and it's like, come on, it's Neville. But like then he's here and he was a champion for a while, and it's like, oh, I'm leaving because I lost the belt. It's like, get over yourself.
he
You're a
doesn't.
wrestler.
But see, what's weird though is that maybe it's not a work, and maybe it's people don't know what it is because
Maybe
there's
I'll work yourself into a shoot,
because
brother.
it's-
Yeah, work.
Because what's weird is that okay, yes, he left, and like people backstage have been saying like Pete Williams said like works with production, like
Yeah, he said that he's done.
he's done, but like at the same time, I think the tapings are in Las Vegas soon. That's the next TV tapings. That's where Aries is staying right now. That's where he's living right now.
NXT TV?
So the Las Vegas tapings for Impact.
Oh, is it NXT?
No.
The next.
So
TV
what's
taping.
weird is that he could still be signed because there's reports of him like. It's so weird, like what he's. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But what this has done is that it's put more eyes on the Impact
Yeah.
product. So I guess it was all for the. We'll see. We'll keep you updated next week. See if anything happens. Anyways, new signings also from Impact. Good for them. Well, actually, re-signed Sydney Callahan.
Yeah.
Signed a new contract. Impact.
Their next pay per view is in January.
Yeah.
Homecoming.
Homecoming, and they'll be back in Tennessee where it all started at the
If they
Asylum.
don't use Green Day's homecoming song, I'd be okay with it.
Anyways,
But it's a good song.
Jordan Grace, remember her from All In? The girl
Yes.
who eliminated Brian Cage? She just signed with Impact.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I'm
the
excited.
the fridge girl.
Hot girl. Yeah, they call her. Yeah,
She
yeah.
go out with Jeff Cobb.
Yeah,
Have
she's
little fridge babies.
she's amazing. She's amazing.
Dude,
Mini
So,
fridges.
I'm excited to see her. See what she'll be a good face
Yes.
for Impact. Anyways, her and Tessa, good matches. Anyways, last but not least, New Japan Tag League update. Right now, the two teams in the lead with 4 points are, as we predicted, well, kind of. You guys had said the OGs, right? Taji Ishimori and Robbie Eagles.
Yes.
So
Think
they're one of the teams up there. And I predicted Bushi
Yes.
and
the other.
yeah, and they got the Dragon of LIJ, and they're tied right now with 4 points. Let me tell you something. Robbie Eagles' OG costume looks
Yeah.
amazing.
It
It looks
looks pretty
nothing like his indie costume. He's called his nickname. His nickname, I like it. It's the Sky. What is it? I can't remember anymore.
I love it. What is it again?
It's the. Oh my god! I
it's on
can't
the tip
remember.
of my
Sky
tongue,
Rocket.
man. It's so good.
The
Oh my God.
sharpshooter.
It's a something sharpshooter, but it's a really good name and it fits.
The Sky High Sharpshooter.
No, not Sky High Sharpshooter. That's not Sky High. That's a Disney movie. Come on, dude. Anyways, I'm really excited for Robbie Eagles and another. Oh, also one more last thing. Chris Saban, team of team.
Yeah.
I like the whole story that they do with like they're doing it for actually.
Yeah.
Because he retired.
Because he retired.
It's amazing. And so right now, good. Tag League is amazing. Also, this is our last piece of news. This is really interesting, and maybe we'll talk about it next week, where this might lead to. But there's a wrestling all-star battle royal with all major Japanese companies: New Japan, AJPW, Wrestle One,
All Japan, Wrestle One,
Big Japan, and Noah. All of them. This is weird. This came like out of the blue. So like no one knew this was happening.
Like, hey, by the way, we're gonna do a big old all-star battle royal.
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of talent. Someone said, you know what would be the dream match for all the aces of every company to be against each other.
Oh God.
Tanahashi and.
I'd be like, oh,
Oh,
I'm excited, guys.
is Tanahashi still the ace?
I don't even know. Like people saying he's Okada.
Okada.
Is it
Tanahashi.
Kenny? Is it Jay White? You know, but
Is it Taguchi?
yeah, it's Toriano on his DVD.
Oh, it's totally Toyota with his DVD sold.
DVD. Anyways, I'm excited to see where this goes. I forgot when it comes out, but I want to watch it. This is definitely something I want to watch. I don't want to get more involved with the Japanese wrestling. There's so many.
Yeah.
But anyways, woo! That's a mouthful.
Oh
and
boy.
that was
It's a stacked week.
All right, guys. That is another show of Beat the Clock for you on this Wednesday
yes.
evening. I want to thank.
Yes.
Indeed.
I want to thank Uriel.
Wonderful.
I want to thank Uriel and Tommy for joining me on this journey, as they always do. I've been Edward Barons. We'll be back next week, 6 to 8 again. We'll talk about everything that we usually talk about.
Yeah.
Some more Reddit. Another discussion that we had this week.
Yep. Kind of shake it up, man.
Aries update.
Yes.
Is that we should have a weekly segment? Aries
On
update.
Aries
Speaking
update.
of Aries, he blacklisted himself from yet another promotion.
We'll probably
Someone's
mention
dragging me.
the All-Star Battle some more, since we didn't have enough time to talk about it
Hopefully
today.
we'll talk about it more.
And I want to thank you guys for listening, and I will get you right back to your Hip Hop Pump Day here on 91.7 The Edge, WSUW Whitewater.
Can we go up the air like that? All right, sweet.
All right, so while you guys put this back, I have to go stop the recording in the other studio real quick.
Goodbye.